Scatterbrain thoughts. Yeah, scatterbrain thoughts. Scatterbrain thoughts. Thoughts. Put the bomb in my mind. Decepticons fight the Autobots for energon cubes, like Saddam been fighting Bush on CNN News. Some say it's cause of secret orders, some say it's the Jews. But our chef is not the type to hold a personal view.
The javelin salt is our weapon of choice preferred. As our staff on the path of righteousness will not deterred. Stop your words, most of what you speak is absurd. The mental slavery among blacks is still uncured.
Got 5 deadly venoms, which one you wanna get stung with? Only threat to the beast system, soldiers can really run shit. 18 fatal strikes can't beat 36 gorillas trained. People say tattoos aren't good, they show my struggles and pain, or what it takes to stay afloat and to maintain. Rebel to the bone, through music I will always remain. Plus I repopulate the earth for my personal gain. Some wanna flex like reparations, it can't be attained.
Shambles working for Willie like it never occurred. Using the sword with the double edge, I'm only injured. With my free hand, I'm swinging the sledgehammer. No glamour, engraving our name, waving the UNIA banner. Pierce your shield of ignorance, pierce with no hindrance. While the longest reigning African monarch conceals the ark, and British monarchs skin peel and praise false prophets under a ghost or pope, but they call it a hierarch.
Charlie, the ungentleman who conquers Duppy. Mickey D serves drug food to several billion customers. WTC's bigger than Al-Qaeda and it's a fact. When you see planes exploding even before the impact, the government's the ones behind who's supplying the crack. It's time someone pull up this trap.
I'm watching the KKK hang us. I got the Grand Wizard Gauss and real nephew to a chair handcuffed. When I set this man on fire, you won't hear a thing. He's gagged in 666 feet of barbed wire.
I rain like Agent Orange down in the head of dead cops. This white power structure don't accept me cause of my summon Phoenix like Peter cause I'm solid like a rock. Soon enough I step back and let my youth them talk. Till then, walk the plank. Sodomites take the shank. If Harriet gets pissed off enough, we'll rob up your bank.
Burn your sire and your squire. Kennedy's turning in his grave. And actually married a Shriver. Studying theories to prove that they conspire. At the giant owl calling Lucifer from the bonfire. I heard the javelin sword that you died, girl. In my God state, consult the occult or get used for bait. Snakes in the states stay united. Unlike blacks, they know the judge and they won't be indicted.
So much harlots around, I want none of them skanks. People want platinum tees, I want invisible tanks. On April 1st, I have no time for their practical pranks. Make me snap a devil's neck to make the mind go blank. From 5 miles, sniping enemy out of the mist. Toronto Star finally admit racial profiling exists. Who decides that Babylon should stab someone with their knife? Judges have the right to take that handicapped woman's life.
We're protected by prophetess, king and priest. I believe Jason and the Argo stole the golden fleece. Greeks want me to cease. Got children over ditches with molten lava. Madonna trying to better Horus past studying Kabbalah. I'm trying to connect to my Moorish past and leave this wreck. The ones that say I'm savage have a Moorish past to perfect.
No one wants to admit police state that we're living in. We are locked down in super maximum prison. Our race is caught up on D-Smack and how I'm living. How I'm rising to walking dead life is what I'm really giving.
These modern barbarians are not forming civilized societies. They eyeing me trying to live my life in sobriety. To murder my mind was the attempt, and all that I find is them saying we commit too much crimes when they're all in contempt. You wanna ban pit bulls in Angola, we rope hyenas. Tsunamis disagree with Shiva. I held the line of Empress Shiva, Bunzina, He-Man and She-Ra. Like some white girl could be a she-god. The javelin salt I hurled to kneel ya. Fire on the pork. IHS, Sun Falcon, kickstart this revolution. Real. I couldn't believe my eyes and ears. Years spent building the temples to educate our African children lost, taken away by that brutish force. That was the same downfall of the Moors. We never learned from our mistakes, of course. Whites have us separated, so you think your brother's problem's not yours. You feel stressed to relieve your watch sports and drink wars, slicing through the roasted bars. Those selling out the continent will be torched on crosses. At night, Templars decipher papyrus with Mormons, took out geometry and started lodges for the occult to produce genocidal results. Waves tidal, wipe out cults and lower chakras. Atlantis was when the universe was ruled by Africa. Africans when pioneers were on top like they have liquor today? On whose blocks do they have liquor stores today? Bearing false witness and calling themselves Christians. In this day the slavery is a savior. Just listen, the lepers invaded and stole our skins of leopards. British museums conceal African pharaoh scepters. Revolution. 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 Yeah. Sun Falcon. Yeah. IHF. Done deal. What up? Jack your beat. This is how we do it. Beg no friends, watch no face when we rush in the place. Nobody else will do the work. Larry Davis almost got knocked like Hampton Fred. Rapson wanted flash like Duty Allo dead. In Canada they try to kill you, then set you up. Planting guns and drugs on my block like they camping. In catwalks or park tinted cruisers. Pig snort undercover with substance abusers. Nobody has the clues like the news does. Honor and discipline today is how you define true thugs. Attitudes like DPP and DPZ. I'm not a nigga but F the police like Eazy-E. What they fear is a black planet. I'm public enemy number one, not even packing a gun but they wanna bury me. They can't stop the revolution. So to stop the revolutionary is the only solution. To them it's scary. Evolve is to create from the beginning, no sinning. You must learn to revolve from the beginning. Whites don't care, never did, never will. Even before the plantation, all they ever did was kill. Europeans, all they do is disrespect us. Since they don't respect themselves, check Elizabethan records. All they want is me showing the money like Cuba Gooding. The proof of the devilish ways is in the blood pudding. Blood pudding. And you know we get enough bunny. IHF. Sun Falcon. IHF. Sun Falcon. Round 2 against all you punks, all you rapping actors and actresses. Yo, you sell out biatch. I know who you are. You thinking you're wealthy just cause you drive a fancy car. You're not the rebellious slaves like Sankofa. You house these drank toilet water out of dirty glass on massive sofa. Giving money to Germans and whoever else sells at the bar. A lot of you think that you have a deal and you're up to par. You wanna be the kings and queens of rap? Meet the prince of word sound power. And I don't need to rhyme about gats. When will you stop rapping about flossing? They won't sign henchmen ID. IHF put out mixed CDs often. Got mans asking Sun Falcon. Let me be on it. But most of y'all rap like 50 Cent, so you can't be on it. Promoting the same thing that left Pac, Big L and Smalls in coffins. Milk puts holes in your bones and gives you soft limbs. Luther, Lumumba and Malcolm were killed by sellouts. We see rec execs as devils and rappers as hell scouts. You got more than enough money to stop African well droughts and not be broke. Benedict is a Nazi posing as Pope, giving false hope, making young boys pick up the soap. All these batty men in the Vatican is a serious joke. Don't even research, but you're following a religion passed down to you, not genetic like bad vision. Quick not to think before you make that wrong decision. End up with all your money out and you locked in prison. Since you wanna ball and not help the African children, living to defend the arc traders get chained to the wheel mill. Sun Falcon, this is Chuck D Rap. in a black moon hat. Head still ain't ready and get that gun butt slap. Showing black girls to make it need hair blonde and limp. Being Negroes is confirmation that you came from a chimp. And gang banging is okay, and that being a pimp gets you respected by God's rejected. Think before your actions. Karma is a bitch like life. New school recruiting, old school teaching used to be tried. They think to be cold as ice makes them flow nice. All you're brushing off your shoulders is dandruff and light. With faith in oneself, no need to look to the sky for Christ. I'm black Jesus turning my back on modern Canaanites. Can't even go to rap shows cause when I tally the ratio between blacks and whites, it feels like a clan rally. It's almost like Sambos luring field niggas to hang. We now wear those same trees on our feet called name brand. The only brand I'm familiar with, the hand of the man, the show possession of the black woman. Today master still brands you but with corporate logos. Pimps and gangsters don't respect women, so to me you're homos. If you let a culture player slap your ass, you're a homo. And while he's slapping, he's watching your ass in slow-mo, Captain. IHF, Jack your shit. Volume of God, Son Falcon. Let's go. Yeah, flow block. Son Falcon like that. Yo, what up, Shine? Yo, what up? I'm rapping. Those that say slavery's over, let me ask a question. Who brought you from kindergarten through detention and high school? Who taught you work like a mule and celebrate Yuletide? Who has you so stressed thinking of suicide? Whose foods are you eating? Blood drinking, carnivorous heathen? You were the gods, now whose God do you believe in? Whose time do you go by? I notice blacks are always late. Who told you that Christopher Columbus and Alexander's great? Who told you that status is based on the money you make? Blue hat shepherd between Kennedy and Midland crowded for his weight. What will it take for you to see we're still slaves? Who convinced you we shall overcome burying youths in graves? Marching and picking it with signs, no peace, no justice. Black Panthers taught me only at the beast to bust us. Stupid niggas killing each other for Vernon region, but won't fight when these pussy hoes increase the rent. Slaves don't wanna be Fred Hampton but 50 cents, cause their masters were bought by the masters for 50 cents. Who taught you? The same ones that we call devils that brought you across the Atlantic and beat you into accepting the cross they caught you with their laws. Who support you? The same devil that tried to convince your mom to abort you. You play whose sports and wear whose designer shorts? Who taught you hate yourself instead of having kinder thoughts? Who used Katrina to wash away the deeds of Moors? Who never told you Satan has the same letters as Santa Claus? Lion paws got Paul Benedict's running from Panther paws. Just how these crackers saw their life flash when they swam from jaws. We chase sick souls to earn golden flyer awards. Who told you white is white and black is filled with flaws? Cause AF.
Don't help him. Don't help him. Operation Kill commercial rap. What? Simon Phoenix. Operation Kill commercial rap. IHF. Jack your shit volume. Kill commercial rap. What? Simon Phoenix. Hence for life, yo. Nowadays, rap niggas and honkies are too scared to rap what I wanna hear. Yo, bottle your fears. When Babylon tells you to shut up, you whisper your prayers. They ban a whole camp cause we burn like flame prayers. We live life in the present cause no one promises later. A punk shitty beats, fags make with two-way pages. Fuck rhyming if you wanna make your beats bubbly. I like them headbangalicious, but that stuff troubles me. When I run up into radio stations, I need cover from trees. Snipers and mossy oak picking off enemies. Eventually you'll catch the vibe. Commercial rap has to die. Keep your ransom money and pay crowds, cause nothing can stop me from pushing swords through your stomach. While we climb the charts, realize how fast you plummet. You want me to ask Mr. Bonnet, all we have for Bonnet. United States won't let us perform on Teen Summit. My middle finger stand at attention in the air, cause none of y'all shit talkers could back me down with a stare. I'll come through like the Spaniard and Gladiator. Keep the enemy sweating like overheating radiators. Don't have time to be commercial, maybe later, when I have enough to bronze a life-size alligator. When niggas get rich, they tend to blow it all on fuckery. I never pray to be rich, that's why I say the world is lucky. I have a castle and a soldier with high-powered weaponry. Trying to flip squad cars and devils like gruesome Lee. Everyone praising the Most High, that ain't new to me. We still running down Rome like how it used to be. Eventually you'll catch the vibe. Commercial rap has to die. Keep your ransom money and fake crowds. I see the beast in your eyes. What do you see in mine? A cat that hates swine, willing to sever your spine. Never give a fuck about crime. Just wanted to exit your kind and end your existence in time. A cat who never ran from cops, willing to sever the top. Fuck props, this is a killing field, won't see me drop. The war field marshals came to ill hunt. Rappers thinking that they number one, still struggling to hit buzz. Watch me knock it out the park, break the bat across your skull. Sharpen up your rhyme skill, cause right now they dull. I couldn't compare your style to weed black, cause you'd be considered bushes, I mean I smoke that. But for sure, commercial rap will feel ways. On my track place, I'm here to raise my fallen rebels out the devil's grave. Eventually you'll catch a vibe. Commercial rap has to die. Fight if you want, at least you try. Hook up to an electrical chair and watch you fry. If we had links to you, it's time to sever the ties. Shots fly like sounds clashing for 6 hours. The time pussy cats with lead showers. I have the powers most ain't even seen. Suitable for movie screens, sending the Marines. I blow them all to smithereens. Dog tags, helmets, and blood cake. The walls are mounted cave. Vow never again will my people be slaves. So walk the front line, killing foes at crunch time. I wanna yell ceasefire, gorilla stop on a dime. Now you're never gonna hear that on no other rap dubplate. I kill commercial rap to expand your mental state. That's for real. I only lie to cops and dumb skis. Hang devils up on evergreen trees and Christmas wreath. X out Xmas and fuck your pagan ceremonies. And always bet on Charlie the hate phonies. Why? Simon Phoenix. Operation Kill Commercial Rap. What? Simon Phoenix. Operation Kill Commercial Rap. Dead, leaving them dead. I kill commercial rap. What? Put them right in this booth, man. IHF, Hands for Life Edutainment presents. What? Hands for Life. Just waiting. When I step out of my chamber, alarms ring like danger. Warfield Marshal, aka Face Rearranger. Lynch your content and roads with tigers called the Rangers. The scar happy vigilante, heavy heat bangers. Hang you out to dry, blowing in the wind like wind chimes. Ice to wash off your wrist and ask you for the time like an asshole. Spit like Jah guides my soul. My eyes seen Babylon trying to hide with his soul. Closer than the cold winds blowing from the North Pole. In my mouth you used to see my teeth covered in gold. Pearly whites and backward smoke, and that's no joke. Giggle in the closet and I fill it up with lead coke. Like 66 or them Chinese gone, you know. Holy like casualties when Ho Chi Minh bomb blows. Body parts flying, children of the Vatican crying. Realizing what they got themselves and they soon dying. That's I though. Look close, you see a light glow. Aura's guarding my physical, it just might blow. A tighter flow for the season. Still murdering heathens with no feeling. Disturbing Mason means screaming fire upon your culture. 666, fuck Elizabeth. I'ma rep my cataract stick. Y'all can never be the line of David, just save it. I don't believe you like it, just wanna know all that spaceship. Call me whatever, but feel like a ghost is behind me. You anthropoids, you know I never kissed the honey. Cockolitis like a melody, yeah, them cavemen. Mankind, whatever them spawns are saying. The hook hurts, cause I don't even give y'all time. To regather your thoughts, I won't stop the rhyme. I get you to the edge of your seat, just waiting for me to inhale. Edge of your seat, just waiting. Like steaks, we impaling vampires and get to the point. Columbus is a fagging liar. How you kill off natives and claim you're the first one there? Or am I the only rap cat that really cares? When I shot for flame sprayers, I bob by the pairs. You never hear me rhyming about cutting my hair. Even if they got a warrant for me, I won't chop it. I never look like a half-heart, more like profit. Make a news for gay politicians with barbed wire. But when they cut them down, hold their legs and use your pliers. Like that picture, might find my name in the scriptures. Bible coded, but y'all have to sort through the mixtures of possibility. Take it back to Cost Ministry. Henchmanitis here at top for all industries. If you know me, I lost a dick and died tragically. Big people want me dead, I don't know when that'll be. We got Pentagon, CIA, FBI. We got our own joint chiefs of staff. Who want die? See my chief ring, 38 special and war flag. Then the last thing you see in life, you picture dumb fag. Toe tags like a waste, pass away with a tool in his face. If I'm chosen to leave this earth, my youth will replace. Ace like Ace-Town, leaving outside his face down. When we link, we pass trigger dance like pounds. And H grade runs rampant like it always should. I stay revolutionary and I rep my hood. The hook hurts, cause I don't even give y'all time to regather your thoughts, cause I won't stop the rhyme. I get you to the edge of your seat, just waiting for me to inhale. Edge of the seat, just waiting for me to inhale. Edge of the seat, just waiting for me to inhale. Edge of the seat, just waiting for me to inhale. get what you want. Inhale, exhale. Just waiting for me to get here.
Islam Moors. Islam to all the Moors worldwide. Peace and love to all the Moors. Honors to the Prophet, Noble Jew Ali. Oh yeah, before we do that, honors to all the Moors in the chat. International jurists release final detailed verdict on U.S. and state governments' pattern of genocide against black, brown, and indigenous peoples. What the hell you expect? What you expect? Why wouldn't there be genocide against black, brown, and indigenous peoples? Those aren't people. Those are fictions. What do you expect? Let's listen to the happiness of the Negroes. Let's listen to the happiness of the Negroes.
Was found guilty for genocide. Let's go through this together. A distinguished panel of 9 international jurors has released its detailed final verdict finding the United States guilty of genocide against black, brown, and indigenous people, y'all. The 46-page document builds on the historic legal and political precedents represented by previous findings such as Civil Rights Congress 1951. We charge genocide. Now let's skip down, which found that the recent spate of police shootings of civilians constitute crimes against humanity. They was found guilty after having heard the testimony of numerous victims of police racism, hypermass incarcerations, environmental racism, public health inequities, and of political prisoners. Now let's skip down. The U.S. and its subdivisions guilty of all 5 counts read the verdict. We find that acts of genocide have been committed. Besides forbidding mass murders, the convention also outlaws causing serious bodily and mental harm to members of the group and deliberately inflicting on the group conditions of life calculated to bring about its physical destruction in whole or in part. I thought we all had equal opportunities here, though. What happened to the equal opportunities people that we just want to be lazy? We just want to blame the government. They were found guilty on everything we've been saying. They also noted both historically and today the consistency of broken treaties between the U.S. government and Native people. Yo, it's time.
It's time to shut the fuck up. That's what time. That's what time it is. That's what time it is. Because the international jurists is the International Commission of Jurists. International Commission of Jurists, if they're so legit, how come they're using the same acronym as the International Court of Justice? ICJ? They talk about the ICJ, but they're not talking about International Court of Justice. They're talking about International Committee of Jurists. They didn't find Jack guilty. That's why they're still murdering you in the street. That's why they're still tasing your ass while you're changing your tire. Why are you getting your ass tased when you're changing a tire? And then happy as if you got something. Shut the hell up with the dumb shit. Shut your hell up. I don't hear nothing from you people. Niggers. Your character is more important than how good you are at the sport. Your athleticism is only temporary, but your character, the type of person you are, lasts forever. Be compassionate. Be grateful. Be honest.
Be humble. Be compassionate. Be grateful. Be honest. And humble yourself. Humble yourself. Sometimes you have to shut the hell up. Humble yourself. We saw Pastor G had Chief Pontiac on the stuff the other day. So we had to go on there and comment. You guys still listening to this BS? No, but here come the dick riders, the Chief Pontiac dick riders. Moorish agent Rod Hayes is giving us more relatable knowledge and information. Yeah, right. He hasn't given you guys shit. All he giving you guys is talk.
Rudy
Showed you nothing.
I want you, I want you, I want you, I want you.
That's how we were moving on them. That's how we were moving on them. When we found out that even a snail shell is called a turban. But here they go. Here they go on Vice. Here they go on Vice. Oh my God, they made it. They made it. But then they're on there looking like Negroes. Bra strap showing all other type of BS. Grandma's frilly dress and all that stuff. Where's all the Moorish stuff? No Moorish? Nothing? No Moorish nothing? Just bra straps? That's what the Moors are about? Bra straps? Please, shut the hell up. This is all of them. This is all the Moorish militia, whoever's. This is all of them. All 11 of them. All of them. Who are out there playing games. All of them who are out there playing games. Hey, Brother Yusuf. Hey, Brother Yusuf. Red flag. Red flag. Red flag. If you might be new. If you're new, you're not gonna know about those ones. You're gonna have to go through the 4,000 videos on the Canaanland Moors to find those ones, to find those red flag ones. But this is them, right? All of them falling on their sword. All of them. Whoops, falling on their sword. That's what's going on right now. All of them falling on their sword. Right? Cause where they at? Nowhere to be found. Disappeared. They turn invisible. They disappear. Oh yeah. The reason why we're amped up, because we're 4-0 right now. The junior team and the senior team are 2-0. So we're amped. We're amped right now. Honors to all the Moors who's been riding for the past few years. Season started 2-0, juniors and seniors. So we're amped up. So we might as well go through this stuff right now. All right. Holy Prophet said, "You tore up everything that was brought to you." You tore up everything that was brought to you. But I brought you something that you can't tear up, or it'll tear you up. It'll tear you up if you mess around with this. Don't think that you can start talking about your Moors, Moorish nationality, and we're Moors and all that stuff and do some BS, because it will tear you up. You were warned in the 1920s. We're warning you again. Fuck around and see what happens to you for playing around with what Noble Drew Ali brought. Say it all the time. We're here since 2008, repping. We're here since 2008. The amount of people that aren't around anymore while we're still here should be enough for everybody to be riding with Canaanland Moors at this point. There should be nobody else that anybody's going to go watch anything, go read anything, go buy anything that they got. Unless Canaanland Moors says, yeah, go over there and go buy from them, you shouldn't be going over there. Shouldn't be hearing anything that anybody's saying unless it's Grand Sheik Cujo. Because none of these people who were around in 2008 are around still, other than the Moor Avengers. Everybody else came on, fell off, came on, fell off, came on, changed name, came on, changed flag, came on, changed this and that. Still here. Just ask the Moors who've been down since 2008. They'll tell you. But we don't toot our horn. We don't toot our horn. We don't pat ourselves on the back and all that. We just keep it moving, because it's not about pats on the back. It's not about getting acknowledgement. It's all about acknowledging Noble Drew Ali, and that's it. Nobody else. Nobody else need any honors. Again, unless Canaanland Moor says, hey, yeah, go talk to that Moor. Go buy that Moor stuff. Go check that Moor thing. You shouldn't even be over there. What are you going over there for if we never sent you there? You didn't get the message? You didn't get the message that this stuff would tear you up if you mess around? And people didn't get the message? Now they're tore up for messing around. What could he possibly be talking about that they tore up back then? Everything. Is this these niggers with fezzes and turbans on want to tear up everything that was brought to them? If they want to tear up everything that was brought to them, well, whatever Drew Ali brought to them, they're not even going to get a chance to tear this up. They're not even going to get a chance to tear this up. As soon as they try to tear this up, right? As soon as they say, they're done. They're done. Something's happening to them. Fall off their chair. They're run over by a bike. Whatever. Something's going on. As soon as they try to tear this up, they're over. Don't be them people. Don't be those guys over there getting tore up. And you can see them tore up. Come around. You can just look at them and know that they went through the gauntlet. They say, what happened to you? Man, I got tore up. Why'd they get tore up? Because they forgot. They forgot. Ain't no grand sheiks, ain't no scholar, ain't no master teacher, ain't no more avengers that run this. Allah runs this. Allah runs this. And Noble Drew Ali, the Prophet, is a thought of Allah. So as soon as you go against Prophet Noble Drew Ali, don't worry. Yours is on the way. Yours is on the way. Don't worry. Right? Honest to the Moors that study. Went out and got their libraries going on and stuff like that. And you know, they're buying books and they're expanding their minds and all of that. Honors to the Moors studying. But if you just stubbed your toe on more science, start here. Start with going and getting the Holy Quran of the Moorish Holy Temple of Science, Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, and go study. Go start there. Start studying what Noble Drew Ali brought. Because again, Allah guides this. And if you fuck around, you're going to find out how serious this is. So don't be like those Moors who are playing games with Noble Drew Ali. Don't be like them. Because when you get your judgment for playing games, don't come running to Moors who told you, because we're going to be there to tell you, we told you so. We told you not to listen to them. Then we tell you not to go over there. Yeah, but they said, we told you not to go over there. What they said, what? What could they have said that has more power than what Noble Drew Ali said? What could they have said that is more important than what Noble Drew Ali said? Well, they said Drew Ali said that our authority comes from the great Quran of Muhammad. And didn't he tell you study your Quran? Isn't that what he said? Study your Quran. If he told you study your Quran, why are you going over there and studying other people's Quran before you study your own? Why? Because somebody over there said to go do that? What qualifies them? What qualifies them to convince you to go study some other Quran and not study the Quran that your own prophet brought for you? Exactly, crickets. Nothing qualifies them. These people just got kidnapped for a year. What are you listening to them for? How does people get kidnapped for a year you're listening to, and then Moors who've been out here living the good life, taking care of their children, taking care of their mom, being happy, you're not listening to them. People got fake badges and all this. People living out of hotels, you're listening to them? But you're not listening to the Moors who they have their own domicile? All right. Remember, this stuff will tear you up if you mess around. Right? This stuff will tear you up if you mess around. Noble Drew Ali gave us a whole chapter on religion, yet Moors deny it. Just like they denied a chapter on charity. Deny what chapter on charity? Moors have been some of the most charitable. Moors have been some of the most charitable to Moorish militia when they got locked up. And people talking crazy about them. 500 videos every day talking crazy about Moorish militia and rise of the Moors. Who was it that came to these people's defense? Who was it? Moors who you don't even know. Moors who you don't even know. Charities that collected finance for years. Collected finance. You didn't even know they were collecting finance. You didn't even know they were collecting finance. Moors came out the woodworks, putting all types of finance in the pot. Collecting and collecting and collecting and collecting, paying people's bond and all that stuff. They talk about Moors need to study charity. Well, Moors need to study charity. Matter of fact, the reason why you can't get the bail fund anymore is because of these traders. The reason why there's no, you can go to Mercy Charities and get some finance for something is because of Moorish militia's ungratefulness. Messed it up for everybody. Just them. Messed it up for everybody. Right? Messed it up. Right? And people got kidnapped. And all I did was send a message. Hey, I got kidnapped. Could you help me with the bond money? And just make some calls. Are these people credible? Should we help them? Yeah, sure. Board of directors voting to make sure these people get their little bond money. Some of them were grateful. Maybe one out of 11 were grateful. All the rest of them didn't hear jack. Didn't hear jack. No thank yous, nothing. No paying the finance back, nothing. Just took the finance, ran away with it. Right? Finance, collecting finance to help Moors. Collecting finance to help Moors. Giving Moors Noble Drew Ali Day awards. Because they were really standing on some rights. They're really standing on some rights. And then they got kidnapped. And then they all disappeared. And then they start talking crazy. Talking about Muhammad and Qurans. And they talk about Muhammad and Qurans. You got Noble Drew Ali Award. They got Muhammad Award. Any Muslims give them Muhammad Day Award? Any Muslims give them any finance to pay their bond? Nothing. Muslims didn't do jack for them. Then the other side of it is, well, maybe Muslims did their hair in prison or something like that. They owe Muslims a favor. Maybe they had to suck some Muslims off in there for a year. That's why they're coming out giving honors to Muslims and giving honors to Muhammad and giving honors to Arabic and all this. Maybe. Like Moore said in the chat, those Bantu knots are tight. Those Bantu knots are tight. Which tranny did those Bantu knots? Because you ain't do your own hair. They had the parts and everything. You got no doing your own hair and have the parts. Somebody had to be doing that hair. And I don't think there's any female guards working in male prisons. And if they are, they're not doing no inmates' hair. We're not even going to worry about that. We're just going to give honors. We're just going to give honors to the illustrious Noble Drew Ali. Supreme honors to the Prophet. We honor all true and divine prophets, but we're not putting any prophet above Noble Drew Ali. I don't care what Noble Drew Ali said about them prophets. Noble Drew Ali said, Muhammad is the greatest, peace be unto him and all that stuff. Pfft, peace be unto Noble Drew Ali. You ain't ever hear nothing about no Muhammad. They know Muhammad told me about what my nationality is. They know Muhammad told me I'm not Negro, black, colored. They know Muhammad told me what my flag is. They know Muhammad brought me my own holy book in my own language that I speak. None of that. But we honor all true and divine prophets. And we honor them. But we're not Mohammedans. We're Moors. We're Moors. That's what we're about. We're about Moors. Make sure you go to Khalifa Media YouTube and go watch the chat GPT video. Was Islam really spread on the point of a sword? It's one of the Moors asked the chat GPT. Chat GPT response. The spread of Islam was influenced by a variety of factors, including trade, cultural exchange, and peaceful propagation. So all those African black whoever's talking about, oh, Islam came in and they pillaged and they robbed and they tore this down, and no, they didn't. Liars. No, they didn't. While there were instances of military conquests, it's an oversimplification to attribute to the spread solely to the point of a sword. Many regions adopted Islam voluntarily. Oh yeah, Khalifa Media on YouTube. Many regions adopted Islam voluntarily, and its expansion involved complex historical and socio-political dynamics. But I thought you just said Muhammad and we don't honor. No, I didn't say we don't honor. I didn't say we don't honor anything. I didn't say we don't honor. I said we honor Noble Drew Ali more than Muhammad. I didn't say we don't honor Islam. I didn't say don't read the Quran. I said I don't need to read no Quran. Quran. I don't need to read that. What I was studying that for? Muhammad didn't do jack for me. Muhammad didn't even come to this side of the hemisphere. He didn't even travel over here to come bring that great religion of Islam to me over here. He didn't come over here. He left us over here to dry. But it's real interesting that everybody who came here from somewhere else, there were mosques here and there were Islamic reference points here. No, the slaves were speaking Arabic and they were Muslims. And am I supposed to be impressed? I'm not a slave. I'm not Negro, black, colored. I'm not a ward. I know about my nationality and my birthrights. And why do I know? Because my prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Nobody else. There ain't nobody getting my honors other than Drew Ali. How long has the U.S. been involved in military activities directly or indirectly? The United States has been involved in military activities both directly and indirectly for much of its history. The specific duration of U.S. military involvement can vary depending on how you define it. The U.S. has engaged in conflicts and military operations since its founding in 1776. Right? And the operations in 1776 is because they were getting their ass kicked by Moors and they had to go start their navy and all that stuff in order for them to get out of slavery under the Moors. Some notable periods of military involvement include World War I, World War II, Korean War, Vietnam War, more recent conflicts in the Middle East such as Gulf War, Iraq War, ongoing war Afghanistan, war with Ukraine, Russia, war with Palestine, Zionists, U.S. hands in everything. U.S. hands in everything. Chat GPT knows what's up. Why don't these people know what's up? Right? The purpose of the MSTA is to propagate the faith of Muhammad. The purpose of the MSTA is to propagate the faith of Muhammad. This is where they're going. The purpose of the MSTA is to propagate the faith of Muhammad. Let's just see what they left out. Let's just see what they left out. And to extend the learning and truth of the great prophet of Ali. And to appoint and consecrate missionaries of the prophet and establish the faith of Muhammad in America. So if Noble Drew Ali said, when I was Muhammad, I remember whatever, and then Muhammad comes back again and doesn't call himself Muhammad, he calls himself Noble Drew Ali, then why are you listening to Muhammad for? Why would you think faith of Muhammad has to do with some prophet back there? If Drew Ali himself told you, when I was Muhammad, and Muhammad never said, well, when I'm Noble Drew Ali, make sure that you do whatever. How come he didn't say that? If he's the prophet of Allah and all that stuff, shouldn't he know that he's going to come again as Noble Drew Ali? Shouldn't Muhammad know that? If the prophet now could remember when he was Muhammad, and then Muhammad could talk about Jesus, then it only makes sense that Jesus should be talking about, well, when I'm Muhammad, and then Muhammad should be talking about when I'm Noble Drew Ali. That's how you know that Noble Drew Ali is the last. That's how you know that the Quran of Mecca is the Holy Quran of the Moorish Science Temple of America, because Chicago's Mecca. He didn't say the Quran of Mecca. He said the Quran of Mecca. So if the Quran of Mecca is Moorish Science Temple of America's Quran, not the Quran from over there, then you're probably not going to get tore up. You'll probably save yourself. But you know, majority of the people, right? Majority of the people want to play like they don't know what's going on. Now, if Noble Drew Ali remembered when he was Muhammad, and he's a thought of Allah, then Muhammad should have said, oh, I'm going to come again as Noble Drew Ali. Look out for when I come again as Noble Drew Ali. But he didn't go there, because he couldn't go there. Because we don't even know if Muhammad's real and all that stuff. Nobody could show you anything about Muhammad that he was even here. Because according to them, you can't even paint pictures, draw pictures, have pictures, whatever of Muhammad. That's idolatry. So Muhammad's some invisible guy? Or Muhammad's invisible guy? That's what they're riding with. They're riding with the invisible guy before they ride with the prophet that they could see with their two eyes. That we got pictures of him to know that he existed and he was walking around amongst everybody else around here. Don't let these people play you with their dumb stuff. The Holy Prophet told the Moors, don't let none of those foreign Muslims get up on your rostrum. Don't let any of those foreign Muslims get on your rostrum. Why? Because they're a foreigner. They don't need to be on your rostrum. They have their own rostrum. Let them go talk from their rostrum. Your rostrum is supposed to be for the Aboriginal and Indigenous Muslims. Because as soon as you let the foreigner up there, and Moors were in the online classes when we let the Muslims come to the temple. Now they're trying to convince us that Muhammad is the last prophet and all that stuff, and we got to study the Quran because that's the word of Allah and all that stuff. No, not up in here. Maybe over in your stuff over there. But up in here, Quran is Holy Quran of Moor Science Temple of America. Prophet is Noble Drew Ali. There's his picture right there. And this ain't no idolatry. Noble Drew Ali is our brother that was sent from Allah to guide us through this BS that we got ourselves into, listening to traders and sellouts instead of listening to the de jour, instead of listening to the sincere, instead of listening to the humble. You want to listen to the egomaniacs. People get arrested for a year and you're still listening to them. What are you listening to them for? They just got arrested for a year. How about they go over there and shut the hell up and handle their affairs? They got to fight. They got to fight the case. They might get 80 years or something like that. Well, you got time to be online making videos when you got a case coming up. You got a trial coming up. You might serve 80 years. You're playing around. Noble Drew Ali told the Moors, I brought you your nationality, your religion, and title to your vast estate. What do you want me to do? Kill you? Like what more do you want? How much more do you have to get in order to be saved? You brought your nationality, because that'll save you. You brought your religion, so nobody can tell you that you don't have these rights. Right? Because in order to have, you got to have a religion in order to have the rights. No, you got to have a religion. You have a right to that. Why wouldn't you have a religion? Oh, well, I'm not religious and all that stuff. Yeah, but you got crystals and sage and all that stuff. What do you mean you don't got a religion? What you mean? How don't you have a religion? You're talking about you honor your ancestors and all that stuff. What do you mean you don't got a religion? And title to your vast estate. Like the title, Bey De Al Ali, and Bey El Ali, your free national name, and the title allows you to access your vast estate, and your estate is the globe. Because if you check, dark-skinned people are the founders of everywhere. That's not ego, that's truth. That's not arrogance, that's facts. Dark-skinned people founded everywhere. Even places that you thought were founded by Europeans, it was dark-skinned people that founded there. Even places that you think today belong to some modern Europeans, dark-skinned people were the first people there. So if Drew Ali brought you everything it takes to save a nation, brought you your nationality, your religion, and title to your vast estate, and you're still complaining? You're still complaining? Then you might as well die. Might as well. Right? And Drew Ali told these Moors, don't even carry a pocket knife. Don't even carry a pocket knife. There's the countdown. Peace and love to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Honors to all the mothers. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali. Stay true to the cause. Stand by the principles. Love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Islam to all. And to all, a good night.
My people, can we get a moment of silence for all our fallen soldiers, our fallen people? Yeah. Rest in peace. Wish we could have buried you back home in Africa. You'll see me when I come home.
IHF.
IHF. Now me.
The Studio Beat Mixtape. You know we do.
Volume 1.
Volume 1. Yo, big up Henchman Adi. Open mind, open mic.
Come on, Joe, what up?
Throw the darkness. Yeah.
Ruckus, what up?
Hey yo, I'm Sun Falcon. Yo, hey yo. Yeah, my color represents truth, deepness like dirt. Without us, there'll be no growth with the soil of the earth. And if the soil is bad, what happens to the crops? It's like when God's plagues come to infest the harvest. We've been working the hardest, using our honest targets and getting charged with homicide. I bun gave pride, so they charge me with homicide. My eyes stay wide cause I'm black. Tap into my mental easily. Suppress anything beastly because I'm black. They want me held back. I don't intend that. It's in their nature and not how they act. It's racist. We act the racist with faces. Because I'm black, I'm in this nation of races. I come from many places. No thanks to oppressors. Because I'm black, they want me around guns and weapons. That because I'm black, I can't manufacture. Religion got some serving a picture for a master. Jesus was black. Because I'm black, civilizations were founded on us. Because I'm black, my mountains are not Caucasus. I know you're hearing and understand. I'm well, I'm black, I'm not barbarian. Fuck your vaccine, they know melanin mixed with designer drugs to make you a crack fiend. My universities were sacred mystery stools, now restricted. Melanin causes blacks to be also quickly addicted to drugs and sex. The father of medicine is Imhotep. Because I'm black, I know that the Khazarians established the NAACP. Because I'm black, it should not be fooled with darkness. Original sun child doesn't belong in the concrete Arctic. Yeah, IHF.
That's how we do it all day and night. IHF. Yeah, hunting feds, you know what I mean?
Everybody.
Yo, this here's for them heathens who step on my path. They end up in a bloodbath. I love to see guns blast, decapitating 5-0. Who drive so true metro? Time for them shackles to let go. I lost to rep Scarborough. The gods know I love to see drug bust and cats go bad. Send a boy them to rehab. I love to see them waving their white flags and shooting up white fags. Body parts wrapped up in garbage bags. Drag queens, we burn the fire upon them. Know what I mean? Push them off the bluffs with 20-pound ankle weights. Honestly, I can't wait. I love to see the skulls disintegrate when it hits the jagged rocks. I love to dig mad burial cots for cops. You know what I mean? Jack your beat, volume tape number 1.
IHF representative. You know what I'm saying? Yo, big up to the whole fam. Henchman Adi. You know what I'm saying? Big up for Midnight for putting down these beats down that we jack. They're not charging us an arm and a leg for that shit. Straight up.
Total darkness. Starting line up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't get your hair cut, but come to the starting lineup. You know what I'm saying? No lineups, just the starting lineup. Adjust your frequencies. Bring that next beat in, Holmes.
Next beat.
Yeah. Yeah. He's IHF. Yo, our bullet holes are bigger. 45 caliber assault, never ending lead showers. Screw on your silencers. Violent rap, graphic talk, fuck a cock hench nigga. You talk shit and catch a hot slug floating through your liver. Your body's floating through the river, enough to make you reconsider. You'll run up on your click like a natural born killer, then spill another clip on bystanders. Innocent but still plays a role. We raising up the standards. 5-0 never get a straight answer. Taking lives like a case of cancer. You're not sure when it'll happen, so stop asking. Catch me off in dreamlands under the hot Trini sun basking. Don't give a fuck about your latest fashion. Whether a GQ or thugged out in fatigues, you get your skull smashed in with dull objects and face bashed in. But bloody knuckles, uptowns and Timbos, you hear my team laughing. Regaining consciousness, you find yourself in our custody. You know this team, your IHF ministry. The type of niggas wearing strongholds, some fighting pants. Revolution time, shooting out street lamps, pushing stakes through vans, rigging squad cars to blow like toasty. A special fuck you from that nigga Hochi. Want my people spread love, sometimes I spread hate on dub plates, leaving clubs trimmed in yellow tape, nigga. IHF representatives, do it good. IHF coming right up to your fucking hood. IHF, yeah, feds. IHF, IHF, yeah.
Yo,
IHF, stop talking. Jackie,
yo, I place myself in your genesis and ISIS. The crisis, your soul in a headlock. All those with dreadlocks is worse than those cut by Samson's curse. Cutting your hair makes your tree of life become a hedge. I was the one that made Cain go insane. I made Africans think there's money in selling cocaine. Anything involving money in Africans is African annihilation. Michael Jordan is still a slave on the Nike plantation. A lot of you will laugh and think I'm not talking about you. My free zones are free labor. Go pay 2 bills for a shoe. And those boots with the slave tree hanging logo make you pierce your ears and following commercial rapping queers. Michael Jackson said blinking, the devil owns Sony. And like the fools you are, you're still supporting Sony. Me and the reason for X leaving. I sit on Sambo's soul as my throne. God made the oceans and seas, but they warm rivers like Joe. Typical niggas, descendants of the nigga factory, wanting not to better for themselves. No self-sufficiency, living off others' wealth. Respecting other nations, not respecting themselves. Transformed during the winter solstice to Satan's house. So when you hear police chiefs warning you of gang violence, we are making African time for a few moments of silence. Genocidal tactics, most time I'm thinking through you. I make you wanna have sex with harlots and vixens too. Your agenda is non-violence, non-unity and non-love. You've lost and won't find the connection to the channel above. If you only knew your worth is more than physical attachments, spend more time training, stop going to fucking bashes. Cause the devil uses club energy like arena energy, wasting your chi on violence and TV. African men destroy their own temples, not the mosque or church, but the one that holds the swords between your temples. The slavery for millennium is all mental, soon we'll be against sentinels. IHF,
your son Falcon, the fucking mic is smoking. Yeah, it's crazy right now. Man's been repping Jay-Z. Jay-Z stands for Jehovah, and Jah is God and Hova's destruction. So what's really good? You know what I mean? What's really, really good? Do some research, people. Rockefeller, do some research. Yo, hey yo, my love letters. Yeah, chain letter. You know my love letters. I know you love my. Yo, my love letters end with your rest in peace. The name's Huey Heights, eternal hunter of the beast. You know the war field marshal. My hate is impartial. Spread it freely like O2, especially if I don't know you. From east to west coast, so it draws and it's postal. From east to west coast, so it draws and it's postal. You know envelopes filled with dust and chain letters. Barracks filled with jihad soldiers ready to get you. Tear apart your physical frame. Hollow points anoint your joints like blessing backs in Hollywood. You'll lynch them whites in Rosewood. It's all good. niggas over trying to star pale horse. I stood, now overstand. My ink changes colors like chameleons. Words disappear like visions from fake mediums. To all you rappers out now, straight up, I ain't feeling them. You pump up them flappy rhymes like breasts with helium. You can't slap box with God, you got a style that's fraud. I flirt with Mother Nature to build a force field of fog. You know my love letters covered in curse words. We riddle up white flags, fag, no peace, no birds. We take this mic like a shepherd to his herd. You'll twirl my staff in the sky, that brings a calm to uneasy nerves. No fast move, take it easy, nerd. Your draw's smelly. Discretion advised, refrain from talking on cellies. The beast a hungry dog, he wants you trapped in his belly. I don't wanna believe what CNN try to pass up and tell me. Keep your baby blue soldiers on your own compound. Cause like the weed man, I ain't afraid to mow y'all down. Straight with toxic mixtures to end your existence. When the Civil War started, I seen it all from a distance. Kill them all at God, sort them out, I see no difference. While God would check the DNA for reference. You suffering, sucker ass, choke on mustard gas. Condition yourself to fear nothing and forever last. My love letters delivered by IHF hatchet men who walk the street masked up waiting for life, yeah. My love letters delivered by IHF hatchet men. IHF street masked up waiting for life to end. Yo, some had goals to rule the world and drive a Benz. So stock up on the medic kits for the wounds you'll have to mend. I'm not here to push a shove, just call me Charlie Repo. Yo, everything my eyes touch is mine, excuse me people. Genetical engineers want to make me a sequel. My DNA is unexplainable for those who deal with evil. Evil being anything against our cause. It's all about lying, pause, and henchmen laws. My love letters explain why y'all can't enter our lodge, and how much it takes for challengers to mess with our squad. Every few letters spell out a whole new insight, like how human life forms without wings can take flight. You flip the page upside down and read between the lines, but don't try to overstand that, cause they'll get stuck in your mind. I hate Swan Express delivery to 41. We scoop your pot of gold and your whole stockpile of guns. Before you got yammed, I was never one to run. Now it's time for us to rise like the sun. Top of the morning, I spread my wings to blind a sadistic. When I'm gone, you read my hieroglyphics. IHF, baby. Read about IHF, or you can call us PC. You know what I mean? The Prophecy Club. Sus knows about it. You know. Are you gonna win? You're gonna win till you see the planes flying overhead. You should have started sooner. Why? Cause you're already dead. The only way to defeat the bloodsuckers by uniting. And how can we do that if we're all too busy fighting? That's why I'm writing, to bring some closure to this matter. The book should end right here. I don't wanna read the next chapter. We can't wait for the refs to stop calling back calls. Just play a position. We have to better our own condition. Tell vampires I'm hanging with barbed wires from the balls. Have to beat the enemy until a state of submission. Like, don't want better yet, we're sitting there bitching. Wasting energy with all the weak lines we're pitching. No time for hitching. Molotov cocktails for the kitchen. Whole spots for ransom. They got a spot for snitching. We'll be trying my whole house. Killer cat is curious. Monkeying around like George makes me much more furious. We all have to be in like 5 fingers forming a fist. Stand up for your liberty before it cease to exist. Yeah, you know us. We're like the Prophecy Club. People call me on the block level. The Prophecy Club. Don't know IHF or hence they know the Prophecy Club. Want to give me daps and hugs? No, Prophecy Club. Yo, I don't wait until the news say everyone for themselves. For years I've plotted to snipe out Satan and his elves. Not a relic, but an ill hunter. IHF. I try to talk loud sometimes, but trust I ain't there. I cook up judgment to oppressive success like my sous chef. Caesar chased me to the airport, but I already left. Yo, I'll be gone until November. Losers wait till I return. World War IV's around the corner, it's like rise to the turn. I heard they sacrifice humans every 6 and 7 weeks. Yet these Masonic brothers, they wanna call us freaks. Children do the same drugs, we get arrested for slanging. Flashbacks of pregnant women from trees to hanging. No arrest for that sin or no heinous crime. Society sees nothing wrong with that most of the time, unless they choose to invite city pulse around. They paint their face blacks and say that they're just acting a clown. Skid up your teeth and act like you ain't causing a beef. What should I expect when you're from the dwelling dollars of heat, faggots. You know me, I'm from the Prophecy Club. Yo, Huey Heights, I'm from the Prophecy Club. Simon Phoenix, do it like the Prophecy Club. People calling, yo, Huey Heights say no, Prophecy, yo. 666 camp for concentration again. Better pack up the leave, safe for all of your friends. Don't wanna get packed and shipped out against my will. The guns and gang task force, they got a license to kill. But since they gonna bash your gun, let it steal from everyone. They're just asking for the judgment to come. Your early morning raids wipe out 60 from Malvern. No one wants to bust the boy them homes, now it's our turn. Slave papers get burned, maybe I'll use it as a torch. My tongue's that fire that burns till devil's conscience gets scorched. You know what I mean? That's how we do. Wait till the album, and you get the whole track. It's a mixtape, volume 1.
Iron Chef mixtape. Steal your beat, jack your beat, whatever you wanna call it. I'm all for it. Sun Falcon. My guns can't be compared to the wife you're boo. The only time I would lie is like next to you. I'm not the type disrespecting you, neglecting you. Love is all. That's the right knowledge. Babylon will again fall. That's the right knowledge. At the club, yeah, I got my back against the wall. No dance circles, we poke those. Devils run like Yoko. I'm turning Romans to Trojan horse, wood spokes turning. Blacks all learning. Will they ever never say never? But I just said never twice. If I talk behind your back, I'm talking in front of your eyes. Eminem is the slave master and the slave is only Trice. A devil is 50 Cent, LeBron James is King James. At the convenience store, devils are giving me change. The NBA got giants, Shaq's Goliath. Kobe's descendants are sprawls who went to the Caucasus Mountains to try it. I'm seeing snake islands under human islands for real. I'm on the bus watching this man's skin peel in front of me. I meditate with weed, so take this blunt. Black child is a twat, he never got his rope stuck. When somebody walked across his legs, sometimes I really wonder what's in your heads. Spitting there, sitting there, talking, you walking dead. You programmed through flu shots, they insert chips in epidemics. Now you have a real TV fetish. Joe Millionaire was broke and Puffy's making a band. Then he's gonna say he's giving blacks a hand, but he's still charged a leg and an arm for a sweater that cost $5 to make it a sweatshop. I'm supposed to stay calm, robbing me, but won't fight for reparations. Let's just make them slaves now and fund reparations. Cause I will not accept your move 40 acres. He'll figure hates blacks, but his clothes are made in Jamaica. 3/5% of human being, 100% God. They could have called it anything, to not call it a SIM card. Telling me somebody else would start warfare with germs. Microsoft made it. How else to avoid a computer virus worm? That was mine, now it's your turn. Now teach me something. Join retired with 6 rings, rappers retired with whack albums. Retired rappers coming back more whack than they left. Judge Judy and Mathis are filled on a TV step. Jerry Springer wishes he was a true black Jew today. For revenge, his show promotes the skinheads and KKK. Single black mothers, cave women leaving cavemen for brothers. Kings turning fags, selling out worse than smothered. We act like we come from gutters. I'm looking out from the inside, not through these closed shutters. These stupid motherfuckers. I representing. 1 time, 2 times, 3 times for your mom. I chef. Representing. Body in my face and the body get wet. I chef. Sun Falcon. You know what I'm saying? Your mixtape. Volume 1.
MG, my church, you know that's how it be. The 300 committee, the Dream Olympians, the Greek Roman wrestlers. You don't know how we do. This one's for you. This one's for you. All the men talking boys in blue. Ho Chi Minh, aka Demolition Man. I'm ill hunter bottom like my last man. Crush pagans, sodomites and Satan. With the council of the ungodly, there's no relation. So check Robbie, the ill hunter of the century. Dial 100, slew them if you wanna find me. Hey, imagine when the gay parade kick off next year. She suss and Ho Chi spray up young and blue until the streets clear. You think I'll stop there? Shout about the bar for down there. You can't stop my hollow boy, so they find bodies to tear. They're straight hunting. Firebomb make sonic function. They charge a firework on a pole pole. Let me show you something. You see, when plenty men see me, they hot-tailed and run. It's like they're proud to be gay, but still afraid of my gun. It's time to get burned, like the redhead in the sun. Give y'all a basic overview of how Star Actors run. And keep the wicked man ducking like he's practicing squats. They know I cook up judgment and serve them all gunshots. Screw on your silencers and wet them up like birds chirping. From my man who giving sweet eyes like girls flirting. Churches promote same-sex relationships. This world gone mad. Got niggas coming out the closet like a blood clot flash. Straight up, you come out of the closet, find your house in flames. Lord Jesus Christ died to save you, screaming God's in the vein. Yeah, I hate biting in a boy that road. That's just that. And for the record, same applies to man, them we cat. Fucking bitch ass niggas. You know, cat got your tongue or something. We promote ill hunting, rainbow flag burning, black people uplifted, world domination. You know what I mean? And if we offended anyone, just accept that shit. You know what I mean?
Fake tears run down the face of clowns and puppets. Our children getting started on drugs early from druggists. African consciousness, growth in African minds is sluggish. Wanting to burn all African knowledge in books published. I know Europe made Africa underdeveloped to say they were the fathers of civilization. They must be on PlayStation. I won't be playing in your one world. Revolution against go-ahead concepts. The state of emergency and economy is not a bomb threat. They tell us avoid the curse but come to the wrong. In Black History season, master of ancient arts from the British Museum. For you to know they own property belongs to them. They rape my wife, kill my children, but they calling me friend. Sellouts and sambos, work is never done. Tax money is spent. African men in concentration camps take over the pen. Sit down with the warden. Ask why your rehabilitation is free labor. In my community, you can't even trust the mayor. His slogan gives alcohol-free advertisement. Knowledge on CDs and video available on consignment. Re-educators of African mind that's been stripped of the knowledge, the capstone of the mental pyramid tip. African men need to entertain, won't refrain from queering it. Most don't even know the best life lie hearing it and believing it. How many African murders go unsolved? Proof that we live where we don't belong. A fight for civil rights and you take it away. It feels like I only have rights if I'm white or gay. Dalai Lama getting a doctorate honor for UFTPR, it's all business. United States government, it's all business. From presidents to secretaries to vice presidents, you bump 50 cents and treat my testaments as irrelevant. Yeah, I'm talking to you slaves still eating oxtail and comfort stew. Scraps, that's what you feast on. They have you killing yourself with their poison. You act as if European is your measuring stick for intelligence. This is so annoying. Many of us so lost it can't be found. You know that's how it's going down, pound for pound. Yeah, I am Jack representatives. Letting y'all know the deal. If you don't, you know caps will pill. We need to build our communities together. We need to stop supporting these Batman sweaters. Fuck him figure. He's doing nothing for us. All they wanna do is have our people locked up in cuffs.
Yeah. Enough of that. Happy holiday, Moors. Peace and love to all the Moors. Quote of the day. Quote of the day. Without a moral compass, the human mind will justify anything. We want to know how these people are justifying this BS. We want to know how.
A lot of my readings said Minister Farrakhan said that they were his wives. Were they Elijah Muhammad wives, or were they?
You can call you everything you want. They weren't his wives. They don't want no wives. No one's supposed to have one wife in this country. Otherwise, it's bigamy. And we're not supposed to break any laws as long as it doesn't. You know, people tell you, so now that I'm older, it's a crock. Now, this wife thing is a crock. There ain't no wives. It's some other woman. To be honest with yourself. There ain't no wives. I saw his wife and his children. And the children from the wife that he had, that's all I'd see. All the other stuff is a crock. You can call them whatever you want to make you feel good. Or make you feel, give yourself an out or give yourself an excuse. But there was just women. He wasn't married but the one wife. So I don't want to hear that wives crap. I don't believe in that. I don't believe in any of it. So I don't want nobody to be set out. That was his wife. No, that was his woman or his hoe or whatever. It ain't no wife. And I'm being honest with you, and I'm being straight up with you, and I do not hold my tongue about the truth. There ain't no wife. Ali tried to pass that thing off. There ain't no wife. It's your hoe or your woman or whatever. But it ain't your wife, and I hate to be anything like that, but I'm just being honest. It's your trollop that you do anything you want with her in spite of you having a wife and disrespecting her. And it's just wrong. I'm sorry. I ain't falling for that wives thing. Because if you want to know what wives are about, go to the Middle East. There was wives for a reason back in the day in the Middle East. Not in Chicago, not in LA, not in Atlanta. Police. They had more than one wife because of a reason, because of the war. Police. They had more than one wife because of a reason, because of the war. You know, but there was a different kind of connection. It wasn't about having sex with them or having kids with them. It was about them taking care of the husband that they used to have because they have children and they need to eat. And they would take on these wives to take care of them. It wasn't nothing personal. These wives to take care of them. They need to eat. And they would take on these wives to take care of them. It wasn't nothing personal. Then it started getting personal. Now it's personal. But in order for you to get another wife, one, if you read the Quran, it tells you she has to have a weakness of some kind. She can't have children, or she can't clean up, or she has to have a weakness. In order for you to get another wife, one, if you read the Quran, it tells you she has to have a weakness of some kind. She can't have children, or she can't clean up, or she has to be a wounded woman. A wounded woman. It tells you she has to have a weakness of some kind. She can't have children, or she can't clean up, or she has to be a wounded woman. A wounded woman. But he can't take the chores of a wife. That's saying a lot. And number two, the wife has to choose the wife. Now you need to read the fine print when you go over there. It's serious. You know? But this is outright just going on another woman. The bottom line. No joke. I'm not going to patronize it. I'm not going to clarify. Nothing like that. None. And it was wrong. And I think most of all, that hurt Malcolm X more than anything. He had a wife. He was loyal to his wife. He was loyal to the mother of his children. He was loyal. And he thought the Elijah Muhammad was loyal. It's hard to find out he wasn't. There you go. I talked to him personally. He didn't like that at all. And I told him I didn't like it at all either. He was a good man. He was a true Muslim.
Now, can you expound on the relationship? I mean, on the conversation you had with Malcolm as a regard? And two, Malcolm alleged. I'm going to use the word alleged that they were some were underage, some were overage. Can you expound on that as well?
He was alleged what?
I said Malcolm alleged that some of Elijah's women were underage and overage and secretaries. And can you expound on that?
Yeah, well, I guess they were, because they were there. I seen them. I seen them myself. It's all true. It's all true.
What's underage? Are you? Under 18 then, or under 17? What's underage then?
Well, the fact of it is, he shouldn't have been with anybody other than his wife. Basically, if anything is underage, when they say we get married and we're not underage when the mother and father gives them away, and these women did not do that. Others did not give them away to honor Elijah Muhammad. It was not blessed or given away blessed when he was married to another woman. That happened. None of that. So whether they were aged or underage, it shouldn't have been there in the first place because he was already married, really. He was already married. And nobody could have been his wife legally other than his wife. Period. Let's face the truth. Whether she's underage or it don't matter. The fact that she's just another woman going with another man and he's married is wrong. Period. All right? Ain't no wives. Now let me tell you something. Now there's a time where Ali said Veronica claims that Ali married him in Africa. How's Muhammad Ali gonna marry?
He was in the chat. That's to find a way. You have to find a way to record the fucking chats. The chats have to be able to stay on IG or something. Because these chats right here.
Wives. Now let me tell you something. Now there's a time where Ali said Veronica claims that Ali married him in Africa. How's Muhammad Ali gonna marry Veronica in Africa when I'm married to him already? So whatever he conned her to believe, to get in her pants, and she fell for it because he did not marry her in Africa. And if he already married her, why would he get married after I divorced him? So what was all that about? So the truth always comes out, bro. The truth always comes out. A man will tell you anything to get you where he wants you to be.
Wow.
That's the conduct y'all can run on people. Other men run on people. I'm not going to say you, Robin. No. It's a con. It's all a con. And if she fell for that con, that was just how she wanted to fall for it.
She wanted to.
Yeah. I bet you if I put a gun in front of their face and they talk to me, they ain't going to say that happened. It's not going to be true. I just don't, you know what? And what I dislike is when the woman on the outside get more top billing than the wife itself. How does that go? They praise people going with other men's, other women like, is when the woman on the outside get more top billing than the wife itself. How does that go? They praise people going with other men's, other women's husbands. Why is that? Why do they praise that so much? Like Tiger Woods, the woman that he went with got more publicity than his own wife. That shouldn't go that route. They should be embarrassed. They shouldn't even be seen. They should be kept out of the papers. Because it's a disrespectful move. It is not honorable at all. Why are they gigi, ha ha, smiling like it's a great thing? I mean, I had a woman, Veronica's walking around and sleeping with him and traveling with him right in front, broad daylight. If I was not a Muslim, she would be dead and buried already. But I respect myself. I just can't do that. But
I'll hand it over to DB in a second.
And sleeping with him and traveling with him right in front, broad daylight. If I was not a Muslim, she would be dead and buried already. But I respect myself. I just can't do that. But
I'll hand it over to DB in a sec. Can you expound on the conversation you and Malcolm had as it pertains to finding out that Elijah Muhammad had all? How many women was it, would you say? In addition to the 7 women that he had kids, would you say?
Well, I know about the 7 ones that had kids. Okay. I know about them. I don't know about anybody. I know about the 7 that he's mentioned. I seen them all the time. I see them every day. So Don't you think that's a bit much? I thought you were supposed to have 4 wives. You didn't want to blind that. We went beyond that, right? That's kind of way beyond the criteria, right? It's supposed to be 4 wives.
I can't answer that. I'm just
because it's just, you know what? Let's do this.
Yes.
Let's just take any man going with any woman right now today that's single. How many women did they go with? It's time. It ain't gonna be 7. You know what I'm saying?
I get it.
It ain't gonna be 7.
I get it.
It ain't gonna be 4. You can't even count them. They can't count them.
Wow.
They ain't go through women like we walk through the doors. You can't keep up with that count.
Gotcha.
They have the same problem when they're tracking AIDS. When, like, you know, they try to track down how many men are you know, how you going to do it? You can't keep it up. I mean, you can't track. The average man today cannot say how many women he went with in a week's time. I know women has gone through 20 men in a week.
Wow.
I know it. Oh, yeah. They do the same thing men do. They don't care. They let them go through them. It means nothing. It's boom, 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 gone. Boom, 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 gone. That's how free these people are out here doing all this craziness. You know, movies like Snapped. What I went through, I've seen women go to jail killing people for somebody messing with their husband. Snap, gone. Just on the misery and the pain. And they snap. And they will kill you. You're messing with somebody who has loved you, cherished you, did everything they can for you, and then all of a sudden, you go home and you catch a woman in your bed? Wow, bro.
Wow, bro. Once again, without a moral compass. That's why when people talk crazy, when people talk nuts, without a moral compass, the human mind will justify anything. But we're not done. We're not done.
Fortunately, now we have the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, also called the DSM-5. This is you're familiar with this. This is the standard, is this or not? This is the standard work right now in diagnosing mental disorders.
Absolutely.
Just remember, keep this in mind with this one. Keep this in mind with this. If you have another device, you're gonna definitely want to record this one. You definitely want to download this one.
Absolutely, and this is the latest edition because the one that I even studied before was the DSM-4. But they have done some modifications here to some definitions.
Yeah, so this is the standard work right now for diagnosing mental disorders, and they give the criteria for a mental disorder, and if you check the boxes, then you got a problem. So we're going to go ahead and read the criteria for someone with pedophilic disorder, someone who is a pedophile. But before we do, let's just recap the Muslim sources saying that Muhammad was sexually active with a prepubescent girl. So let's go back to these. In a previous video, we read Sahih al-Bukhari 6130, narrated Aisha, I used to play with dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. So Aisha and her friends are playing with dolls in Muhammad's presence. Any Muslim who's reading that would wonder immediately why she was allowed to play with dolls when dolls are images and images are forbidden, but we have the solution right here. The playing with dolls and similar images is forbidden. It was sexually active with a prepubescent girl. So let's go back to these. In a previous video, we recapped the Muslim sources saying that Muhammad was sexually active with a prepubescent girl. So recap the Muslim sources saying that Muhammad was sexually active with a prepubescent girl. So recap the Muslim sources saying that Muhammad was sexually active with a prepubescent girl. So let's go recap the Muslim sources saying that Muhammad was sexually active with a prepubescent girl. So let's go back to these. In a previous video, we read Sahih al-Bukhari 6130, narrated Aisha, I used to play with dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place, recap the Muslim sources saying that Muhammad was sexually active with a prepubescent girl. So let's go back to these.
That's why Noble Drew Ali told Moors to study the Quran. Not so you can go be Muslim, so you can know the BS that these people are up to. That's why Noble Drew Ali told Moors, study the Quran. That's why Noble Drew Ali told Moors, deriving its power and authority from the great Quran of Muhammad, because he was taking the authority back from that pedophile Muhammad. That's why. And he was investing that power in himself, the Prophet Ali, because he knew that the Muslim BS was BS. Just like El Hajj found out that the black Muslim BS was BS. As soon as he found out that BS, he left. And then what we just showed you there, right? The Elijah Muhammad had his hose. The NOI harem, like the Moor said in the chat. That the NOI harem and all these NOI guys in here, you go check them, bet you all of them had all types of sex and orgies and whatever with all those Muslim girl training people. Bet you. And then because they're women, they're supposed to be submissive, so they're going to shut the hell up. They're not going to talk about the BS that's going on. They're not going to bring it up. And then now here you have, peace be unto him, the Prophet Muhammad and all that stuff, going into a 6-year-old's dwelling place. What do you think a 6-year-old dwelling place is? You think that's her house? You think the 6-year-old dwelling place is her house? Really? Damn pedophile. That's why Drew Ali took the authority back. And he's the last prophet. Because they ain't trusting any of these people. What did Drew Ali tell these Moors? 1920s. What did he tell them? What did he tell them? Yeah, he's peaceful, all right. He's P-I-E. Peaceful. He's not P-E-A peaceful. He's peaceful getting peace of Aisha at 6. That's the peaceful that he is. And then you have Moors pushing some Muhammad crap instead of their own prophet. They talk BS about Noble Drew Ali. Noble Drew Ali had a young wife and all that stuff. No, he didn't. Stop lying. Stop lying. Don't be lying on Noble Drew Ali. Don't be lying on Noble Drew Ali. Stop it. The reason these lessons have not been known is because the Muslims of India, Egypt, and Palestine had these secrets and kept them back from the outside world. The real teachings. The real teachings. And again, you can't get people mad. So yeah, we're gonna say we honor all true divine prophets and all that stuff. Because people are gonna get mad with Moors. And Noble Drew Ali didn't want these people mad with Moors until the Moors were in their right sound mind. And when you're in the right sound mind, now you can talk up. When you're in right sound mind and you know how to do research, you're going to find out that Muhammad was a pedophile. And it would give you a lot more respect for your own prophet. So you can stop playing this peace be unto BS with pedophiles.
In a previous video, we read Sahih al-Bukhari 6130, narrated Aisha, I used to play with dolls in the presence of the Prophet, and my girlfriends also used to play with me. When Allah's messenger used to enter my dwelling place, they used to hide themselves, but the Prophet would call them to join and play with me. So Aisha and her friends are playing with dolls in Muhammad's presence. Any Muslim who's reading that would wonder immediately why she was allowed to play with dolls when dolls are images and images are forbidden. But we have the solution right here. The playing with dolls and similar images, immediately why she was allowed to play with dolls when dolls are images and images are forbidden. But we have, since any Muslim who's reading that would wonder immediately why she was allowed to play with dolls when dolls are images and images are forbidden. But we have the solution right here. The playing with dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. So she...
Yeah, and then what they're going to do? What they're going to do? They're going to go out there and they start out, Moorish American prophet told us be like him, not to drink and smoke. So why do your grand sheiks openly promote this behavior? Why? What do you mean, why? I'd rather smoke a blunt than be a pedophile. I'd rather drink some liquor and be a drunk than be a pedo going into 6-year-olds' dwelling places. Why? And even Noble Drew Ali told these Moors, I don't drink or smoke and all that stuff, but don't stop everything all at once because you might hurt yourself. So wean yourself off of whatever vices that you have. But I'm not going to be down here condemning some more because they smoke blunts or they got the peace pipe and they're, I ain't going to be dissing Moors because they smoke weed, because they have a drink. I ain't dissing Moors because they have a drink and they smoke weed. Well, Noble Drew Ali said don't drink or smoke. Well, Noble Drew Ali didn't say don't be a pedophile, but you're not doing that, are you? Are you? You went out there being a pedophile? Noble Drew Ali had to tell you don't be a pedophile? No, he didn't. You just don't do that automatically, right? But here's Prophet Muhammad, these people's prophet, who they want to keep hidden from you and tell you, oh yeah, you know, the Prophet Muhammad, Muhammad is the prophet, and all that stuff. When he's a pedo. Goddamn pedo.
Dolls are images and images are forbidden, but we have the solution right here. The playing with dolls and similar images is forbidden, but it was allowed for Aisha at that time as she was a little girl, not yet reached the age of puberty. So she was a little girl, hadn't reached puberty. Let's read another passage from Sahih Muslim. Sahih Muslim 33:11. Aisha reported that Allah's apostle married her when she was 7 years old, and she was taken to his house as a bride when she was 9, and her dolls were with her. And when he, the Holy Prophet, died, she was 18 years old. Why was she allowed to play with dolls? As we've seen, dolls are images, but it was still allowed if you hadn't reached puberty. You hadn't reached the age of moral accountability, so they let children play with dolls. And as we've seen also in Sahih al-Bukhari, number 5153, he ties it all together with what the Quran says. But notice the chapter heading, giving one's young children in marriage is permissible. So this is talking about giving children. We're recapping this for a reason. We're 53. He ties it all together with what the Quran says. But notice the chapter heading, giving one's young children in marriage is permissible. So this is talking about giving children. We're recapping this for a reason. We're about to read the definition of someone with pedophilic disorder. Giving one's young children in marriage is permissible by virtue of the statement of Allah. And for those who have no monthly courses, i.e. they are still immature, So this is talking about sex with girls who have no monthly course. They don't have a monthly menstrual cycle. We're about to read the definition of someone with pedophilic disorder. Giving one's young children in marriage is permissible by virtue of the statement of a law, and for those who have no monthly courses, i.e. they are still immature. So this is talking about sex with girls who have no monthly course. They don't have a monthly menstrual cycle. And it's talking about divorcing them after having sex with them. And it says that the iddah, the waiting period for the girl, so the waiting period before she can get married again after her husband divorces her, the girl before puberty. So this is clearly and indisputably talking about prepubescent girls, girls who haven't reached the age of puberty. So you marry a girl, divorce her, then she has to wait 3 months before she can marry another guy, all before she's reached the age of puberty. She can be married multiple times, all before she's reached puberty. And the quotation they give to illustrate this, sir, then she has to wait 3 months before she can marry another guy, all before she's reached the age of puberty. She can be married multiple times, all before she's reached puberty. And the quotation they give to illustrate this is about Muhammad and Aisha. So Muhammad and Aisha are supposedly examples of marrying and having sex with a prepubescent girl. So narrated Aisha that the prophet wrote the marriage contract with her when she was 6 years old, and he consummated his marriage when she was 9 years old, and then she remained with him for 9 years, i.e. till his death. So we've got multiple layers of issues here. So in order to get away from this issue, Muslims will say, she wasn't 9, she was older. We've seen, no, that doesn't work. She was 9. Then they'll say, but she had reached puberty. No problem there. She hadn't reached puberty. But then they'll say, well, yeah, it doesn't mean he was a pedophile. Go ahead and read the definition. Pedophilic disorder, according to the DSM-5. Here are the criteria. A, over a period of at least 6 months, recurrent, intense, sexually arousing fantasies, sexual urges, or behaviors involving sexual activity with a prepubescent child or children, generally aged 13 years or younger. So it says, if you're having sexual activity with a prepubescent child or children, age 13 or younger. So that's a check for Muhammad.
And also he was much longer than 6 months. At least it says she was 6, consummated 9. He has 3 years to think about it.
And so notice it's all the way up until 13. So yeah, he really just crushes that one. B, the individual has acted on these sexual urges, or the sexual urges or fantasies cause marked distress or interpersonal difficulty. Doesn't seem to cause him distress, but the first part of that, the individual has acted on these sexual urges. He certainly has. And C, the individual is at least 16 years old and at least 5 years older than the child or children in criterion A. So you have to, so in other words, they're not talking about a 13-year-old who's attracted to a 12-year-old or something like that. They're talking about someone who's an adult who's attracted to a little girl or a little boy. So Muhammad was in his 50s.
45 years older than her. At least she was 6 years of age, has 3 years to think about it, married her when he was at least at age 54. So he was basically, that's a 45 years difference between the two.
So here you have to be at least 5 years older. He was 45 years older. So he's just crushing these diagnostic criteria. But then and those are the criteria. So you have pedophilic disorder if you meet these criteria. So according to the DSM-5, Muhammad had pedophilic disorder, i.e. he is a pedophile. But then they say you're supposed to, as a psychologist diagnosing this disorder, you're supposed to specify, because there are different types of the disorder. You're supposed to specify whether it's exclusive type, that's someone who's attracted only to children, or non-exclusive type. So you're attracted to children and non-children. And then you specify whether it's attracted to males or attracted to females or attracted to both. And you can specify if it's incestuous. Some people are attracted to their own children or their own young relatives. So notice what we would say based on the DSM-5. This is the latest, most up-to-date authoritative source on diagnosing mental health disorders. we would say that Muhammad has non-exclusive type pedophilic disorder,
Right.
and that he is, according to 5, a pedophile. So the answer, psychology, is yes, he's a pedophile. Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Disorders, also called the DSM-5. This is the, you're familiar with this, this is the standard, is this or not? This is the standard work right now in diagnosing mental disorders.
Absolutely. And this is the latest edition, because the one that I even studied before was the DSM-4. But they have done some modifications here to some definitions.
Yeah, so this is the standard work right now for diagnosing mental disorders, and they give the criteria for a mental disorder, and if you check the boxes, then you got a problem. So we're going to go ahead
and boxes got checked. Prophet Muhammad has a problem. He has a mental disorder. If he was marrying and having sex with Aisha, who was a child, but that's certain people's prophet. So when you see these people pop up and they start talking about Moorish American prophet told us to be like him, not to drink and smoke, so why your grand sheiks openly promote this behavior? And then they're talking about duty of a husband, children brought up in single mother homes and all that stuff. And they start posting all this Quran BS, and they start talking about Muslim versus Muslim and all that stuff, but they have nothing to say about the pedophilia of Prophet Muhammad. They have nothing to say about the pedophilia of Prophet Muhammad. Matter of fact, they're going to keep promoting Prophet Muhammad. That should be a sign to you that when people got locked up for a year, now they're out and they have mental issues. They have psychological issues. Because we already know that they were in solitary and all that stuff. We already know they weren't getting food. We already know that when we go down the list of mental health effects, we could just go down the list, right? Not considered productive members of society. Their identities get stripped, right? They were Moors. And then now that the paper has them classified as Negro, black, colored and all that stuff, they're mad, right? They were separated from their loved ones. The physical environment adds stress. Weren't they in the cell with the roaches and all that stuff, talking to roaches and all that, making jokes about it, right? I'm pretty sure they were exposed to violence in there, right? Oh, solitary confinement. Researchers have found that vast majority of individuals who are placed in solitary confinement have serious mental issues. Went in there, 5 on the left, 2 on the right, came out, like the Moors said in the chat. Now they tell the Moors to prostrate, put their ass in the air and all that stuff. Kiss floors. Get your mat and kiss floors because a pedophile told you to do it. Pedophile told him to do it. Pedophile told him. Right? They were complaining about their treatment. The food sucked and all that stuff. They're not respecting my diet and all that, right? Wasn't all that stuff going on? Right? So don't be mad at these people. They have mental health disorders. From Muhammad all the way down from Muhammad all the way to Moorish militia. And how we know? Because they have no moral compass right now. The moral compass is off. So they can't even, nobody's not even going to hire them to be an agent or a COINTELPRO or whatever. Because all them people could see that these people got mental orders. the disorders. Everybody could see it. It's obviously obvious that they got mental disorders. Right? Keep in mind, don't let social media confuse you. Morals, values, and kindness are still most attractive. You can't do anything about the length of your life, but you can do something about its width and its depth. Don't forget, 14th Annual Noble Drew Ali Day, United Steelworkers Hall, 25 Cecil Street, January 6, 2024, 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. All the Moors who aren't near Canaanland, just like last year, we're going to be on the go-to meeting. Book your spot, 25 notes, PayPal, CanaanlandGuide@gmail.com. We're putting your email on the list, and we'll keep promoting, get the word out. Denamel, Rasmaria Bay, Jose Pimenta Bay, 14th Annual. You already know how we do. We've been doing this. We're not new to this. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. Happy Holy Day. Honors to the Prophet Noble Drew Ali, the last prophet. Honors to all the faithful Moors. Honors to all mothers. Thank you for being amazing. Peace and love, Moors. And we'll run one more. Get everybody up in here again.
We clicked up at Centennial College, ballin', 2 kings rolling solo. No need for the squadron, I'm prime. He said I'm Sean, they call me Blue. I rep my Black Panther, he repped his rose tattoo. Moved to Malvern, not even knowing what I'm getting into. Bumped into AI on Morning View. Went to pick up some graphics and bumped into First Word. Everywhere I drove, but walking I would see church. Come to find out Blue and KB are one blood. Virgil wasn't even killed by many a one slug. 1 month before he passed, we had a vision of clicking the cruise and putting a bruise on this racist system. News probably spread and they caught it and killed my brethren with an aneurysm like Khalid Muhammad. If it wasn't for Blue, me and Dundee wouldn't have met. Your death hit Dundee like taking a last breath. Some things change, blacks are so content with a park change to your name approved by the government instead of black business owners that knew you. Coming together to build a strong old school. No monuments, pages, had the face, not the cover. And I still haven't seen nothing change, my brother. My hydrant, quiet like loud like sirens. People crying at your wake, asking why God had to take your life. When you're in the afterlife, we see you present and feel the presence. Even though you're in the afterlife, we feel your presence and need the lessons. Even though you're in the afterlife, we see you present and feel your presence. Even though you're in the afterlife, we feel you present and need the lessons. Instead of pouring libations, they want us drinking like alcoholics to let our emotions control our thinking. I'm reminded of you seeing Scarborough Street signs. When revolution kicks off, you'll be on the front line with Malcolm and Kwame Ture, or in the whirlwind with Garvey, giving protection to the righteous army. They say I'm crazy, saying that you're still here, not looking down but got me. Watching blue skies on days that's clear. They want blue communities but no black Jesus in their church. Burn them, I attend the Killer Pupil Church. Mayor Miller was at your funeral for PR purposes. When asked where's the police escort, he replied with nervousness. He said, I don't really have those connections. I know the weapons give blood clots and indigestions. Clog your arteries, vaccines can't stop the flu. Bloods wanna martyr me for crippin' when I'm reppin' blue. Focus with the eye and the brain, the words sound power. Raise the kundalini energy past the CN tower. None able to see, manifested what we started. In the flesh you're departed, but I consider martyred. Getting carted to the sight. I couldn't make it there, but no, yo, from the trees, you're giving me air. Whether I saw you walking on sewers or riding there, I ran out. Most times you would stop for us to hang out, I'm saying. And then you're gone again, man. Even though you're in the afterlife, we see you present and feel the presence. The good die young, and getting younger under mental slavery. Natural causes killed you blue, I say maybe. The good you did living, they needed you dead. With no beef, no one to pay the gun, spray your head. The tactics include the mastery of phone tapestry. Blaming Mother Nature, shooting lasers from the galaxy to cause tsunamis. 100-mile hurricanes to wash away deeds. Planes, automobiles and trains. Living during devil's rule, don't be taken for fools. White girls killed on Boxing Day, shit's still in the news. Guns and gangs, task force authority on black crews. Why are your construction boots clean like shoes? Too much frontin', they pass roads with disease and fools. With him on my mind, I'm happy feeling the blues. For you, I continue to bun these Ashkenazi Jews and point out racial profiling from boys in blue. I know for a fact somebody had your despite, cause you dying from some aneurysm just ain't right. I know for sure they had your despite, cause you dying from an aneurysm just ain't right. Even though you're in the afterlife, we see you present and feel the presence. Even though you're in the afterlife, we feel your presence and need the lessons. Even though you're in the afterlife, we see you present and feel your presence. Even though you're in the afterlife, we feel you present and need the lessons.
Once again, the most dangerous one is the one who listens, thinks, and observes. I don't care how big your gun is, you're not dangerous. I don't care how sharp your knife is, you're not dangerous. You got the big muscles, you're a muscle guy, you're not dangerous. Take it from somebody who was dangerous, Bruce Lee. The most dangerous is the listener, the thinker, the observer. Those are the ones you gotta watch out for. Not the loudmouth. Not the one who got something to say all the time. Not the one who just rushes in without considering options. The one who's saying nothing, laying in the cut, just watching what's going on. That one's dangerous. The one where everybody's flapping their gums, they're sitting there listening to everybody talk BS. That's the ones right there. We're gonna go get back on these ones because we're gonna get back on these ones. Because the debate was pretty crazy.
Debating whether it's immoral for a man who's the pattern of conduct for billions of people to marry a girl who's young enough to be his granddaughter and to have sex with her when she's only 9 years old. I'm arguing that Muhammad's marriage to Aisha was immoral. Kenny's arguing that Muhammad's marriage to Aisha wasn't immoral. In my opening statement, I showed that Aisha was indeed 9 years old when Muhammad had sex with her. I presented what's called an even if, but in fact argument. Even if Aisha had reached puberty when Muhammad had sex with her, it was immoral because sex with young girls puts them at risk. But in fact, Aisha hadn't reached puberty, and so the relationship was especially heinous. How did Kenny respond? Guilty of presentism for applying modern standards to Muhammad. And I agree, it's not always a good idea to apply our standards to other people around the world or to people down through the centuries. The problem here is that Muhammad is the pattern of conduct for Muslims in the present. And so the present is relevant, and he's the pattern of conduct Anyone just tuning in, we're debating whether it's immoral for a man who's the pattern of conduct for billions of people to marry a girl who's young enough to be...
Billions of people. Billions. Billions of people look to Prophet Muhammad as the standard of conduct. Standard of conduct. Billions. Billions of people, to peace be unto him every time they mention his name and all that. Billions. But it's real interesting that these billions of people's argument for him marrying Aisha at 6 and having sex with her at 9 is that, oh, well, in that time what? What do you mean in that time? What's that mean? In that time what? I'm not really comprehending what do you mean in that time? In that time what? Real interesting where these people go.
Sex with prepubescent girls, that's what it says. Ibn Kathir says that's what it means. The two Jalals say that's what it means. Ibn Abbas says that's what it means. Modern Muslim scholars like Mawdudi say that's what it means. Even Muhammad Hijab, he said if you didn't know that Muhammad waited until Aisha was 9 from the hadith, you would think that Surah 65 verse 4 is allowing sex with 5-year-olds.
Oh yeah, and then somebody said what did they say again? Those sources are the hadiths. Those sources are the hadiths. It's not in the Quran that he had sex with her. Those are just interpretations of whatever. Well, all these interpretations are coming from Muslims. These aren't some out of Islam critiques. These are people who aren't part of Islam critiquing. These are people who are Muslim that are critiquing. And they're not even giving a negative critique. They're backing everything like, oh yeah, he did that. Oh yeah, she was 9. She was 9 when he did it. Because in that time what? People are nuts. People have to be nuts. People are nuts. And for all the niggers out there who's repping for their Muhammad, didn't you know that Allah's apostle was on a journey and he had a black slave called Anjasha? And he was driving the camels. And the apostle told him, drive slowly with the glass vessels. The glass vessels? The glass vessels? What you say? Women are delicate or something like that? Why comparing women to glass vessels? Because they're delicate? That's some BS if I heard. Sounds like he's saying that women are property to me. Now, I don't know how glass vessels equates to women. This is the holy apostle. This is the peace be unto him guy. Making women property. Oh, it was a metaphor. The metaphor? How's making a woman property metaphor? Cause I just went to the grocery store and bought some bottles. Bought some bottled drinks. Multiple bottled drinks. Did they just take the bottled drinks and put them in the bag? No, they didn't. They wrapped the bottled drinks in newspaper. Why'd they do that? Because so the glass vessels don't get shattered clinging together while I'm running for the bus. Glass vessels. But this is their profit. This is their profit. Allah's apostle was staying on a mashroba, attic room. And a black slave of Allah's apostle was at the top of its stairs. A black slave of Muhammad. So Muhammad was a slave master? Muhammad was a slave master, and these people are telling me about Qurans and all that? Muhammad was a slave master. And it wasn't a European slave or whatever like that. The black slave. You already know that they're talking about dark-skinned people. Because you know they don't say white for dark. You know they don't do that. You know when they say black, they mean dark skin. So if Prophet Muhammad had a black slave, how is it that these niggers that convert to Islam have no problem with this? How come they have no problem? And then they're gonna complain about rabbi and preacher and all these people racist to them and all that. Police racist to them. Well, what the hell do you expect? Your prophet, peace be unto him, had a black slave. If your prophet had a black slave, how you go into that religion? If the prophet of that religion had a slave. Remember, the most dangerous one is the one who listens, thinks, and observes. The one who listens, thinks, and observes, that's the dangerous one. That's the one to watch out for. Don't worry about the big mouth and the big muscles and the big gun and the big knife and the big stick people. Don't worry about them. They're not dangerous. They're punks. Just like the people who have to put on a hood to lynch you, how they're punks. How they're a coward. That's why they're hiding their face. Just like the guy who's going to go rob grandma. He's going to hide his face and put on a mask. It's the same punk stuff. Don't worry about the big gun, big stick people. Bunch of punks. That's all you have. All these punks repping for some slave master, pedophile prophet. Slave master, pedophile prophet. Think they don't know he's a pedo? You really think they don't know? Sister A. Brown L. of Temple 4 and 25 said that the Holy Prophet said, some of my best Moors are still in the church. Some of Noble Drew Ali's best Moors are still in the church. Here's an example right here. Official rise of the Moors. Noble Drew Ali said, this is the revealed word of God Allah. And Allah clearly states that he does not guide transgressors and liars. We must repent. O Allah, make us Moors among those who repent from our sinful ways. O Allah, make us Moors a people who serve you and do good deeds. O Allah, make us a strong nation who fears you alone, thereby giving us strength to end colonial oppression on our land and give us strength for self-governance. O Allah, O Allah, expose those who are misleading our nation, that we may know who is truthful and being guided by you. Allah, please, Allah. Groveling ass niggers. You think Allah is listening to that BS? You think the great God of the universe is listening to your punk ass grovel to her? The great God of the universe, who gave you everything that you need, prophet, all that, gave you your own prophet. You don't follow what your prophet says. You go out there doing some BS, get your ass kicked, and now talking about, oh Allah, please help. Oh Allah, please help me. Help us against these colonists. You think Allah is going to help you? Allah's not helping you. Why is Allah helping a groveler? Pray 5 times a day, your ass still getting effed up. Why are you still getting effed up? You're praying 5 times a day, still getting effed up? How are you getting effed up still? Oh yeah, good one. How are you doing salat when you're supposed to be upright? You sure? You sure you're supposed to be doing salat? You really sure you're supposed to be doing salat? Because when I do the research, all those hieroglyphics and stuff like that, when you have people prostrating and all that stuff, that's yoga. That's child pose. That's child pose. That's not praying to Allah or praying to some whatever out there. That's not what that is. That's child's pose. That's yoga. Yoga is more ancient than prostrating. Moors are men, upright, independent, and fearless. And then they're doing salat. And then talking about peace be unto a pedophile prophet having sex with 9-year-olds. How's your prophet having sex with 9-year-olds and you're condoning that BS? No Muslim could come tell me any BS about no Islam over there. I ain't buying it. I'm definitely not buying it. I don't need to go to your mosque. You don't need to read your Quran. None of that. Because that guy that you uphold, you hold so high, and peace be unto him and nobody else, he was having sex with a 9-year-old. Yeah, foreskin eaters. These are them.
I don't want to get into it because it's another lecture, but I'll just give the 3 principles which enable us Israelis to live so easily with this brutal reality. A, most of the Israelis, if not all of them, deeply believe that we are the chosen people. And if we are the chosen people, we have the right to do whatever we want. B,
keep in mind, chosen people is your birthright. Negro, black, colored, Moors, African, ancient Egyptian, black, Hebrew, Israelite, whatever. Chosen people, that's your birthright. That ain't some Europeans' birthright. Chosen people. How you chosen and you can't even be in the sun long? How you chosen? Stop this. Chosen. We put you in this heat wave. You be running for shade. You don't know sunscreen makes you cook? Sunscreen doesn't save you. It gives you skin cancer. Sunscreen never saved anybody yet. All it does is make you cook. You know when they rub down the turkey before they put it in the oven? That's sunscreen. What do you think they do that for? So the turkey could cook. What do you think they're rubbing it down for? Why do you think they put, you know, when they put the little butter on the bread before it comes out the thing? What do you think they do that for? Chosen people are the dark-skinned people. That's who the chosen people are. Why? Why would you say that? You can't say that because anybody who could be in the sun and not get burned, they're probably chosen. They're probably chosen. If you could go in the sun and not burn, you might sweat a little bit, but you're not going to burn. You'll get darker, but you won't burn. Matter of fact, it's probably going to bring you back to your true complexion if you go out in the sun long. They're not burning. They don't have skin peeling and all that stuff because they were in the sun long. They're probably chosen. There are no colonists. There are no European colonists. It's chosen people. And the only way European colonists chosen people is if they recognize the chosen people. Not steal the chosen people's birthright and then start running around like that's them. They could do whatever they want. No, they can't. They can't do whatever they want.
There were more brutal occupations in history. There were even longer occupations in history, even though the Israeli occupation gets to quite a nice record. But there was never in history an occupation in which the occupier presented himself as the victim. Not only the victim, the only victim around. This also enabled any Israeli to live in peace because we are the victims.
Yeah, they're the victims. Remember, this is a Israeli Zionist telling you. This is an Israeli telling you how their stuff works. This is an Israeli telling you how their stuff works. Revealing the secrets to you so you can realize how to deal with these people. So you can realize how to deal with them. They're going to play victim complex. Just like European colonists in America are going to play superiority complex. They play victim complex. Why are they playing victim? So you can feel sorry for them. But then your ass is getting your head beaten by highwaymen every day. They just showed the brother the other day getting tased and all that stuff. Highwayman telling him to shut his bitch ass up and all that while he gets tased. Shut your bitch ass up. Right, while he's changing a tire and you still think, and it's not you. It's still not you. You're not a victim. You're the black man. The black man is God and all that stuff. No, you're not. You're God nothing. You're getting tased by some modern European for changing a tire. The hell she asking you for a license when you're changing a tire? And your dumbass has a license and you just didn't give it? Why wouldn't you just give it? You got the license in your pocket. Why wouldn't you just give it? Was it expired? Were you under suspension or something like that? That's why you didn't give it? Oh, well, according to the rules that you signed up for, why the hell are you behind the wheel in the first place if the stuff is suspended? No, it wasn't suspended, but they don't have a right to ask me. Yeah, they do. You're a nigger. You don't got rights. You're black. You don't got rights. What rights you got? You better pull out that damn license. Stop getting murdered for dumb stuff. Getting tased for nothing. You're getting tased for nothing. And then, after your ass gets murdered, or your ass gets kicked, or your ass gets tased, or whatever like that, these people go on administrative leave. Means they're getting paid still. And your dumb ass is sitting there locked up for some dumb stuff. Just because your dumb ass didn't just show the license that you have in your pocket. Because you're trying to prove some stuff. What are you trying to prove? What the hell are you trying to prove? Because you can't say you're the gods and the earth and then talking about you're a victim of racism. Those two don't go together. Either you're gods or you're a victim. Which one is it? Because the Jews figured the stuff out. We're a victim. They don't even talk about damn Hitler and Holocaust and get them back and all that stuff. No, we're a victim. Just Cujo, do you have a license? Nope. Gave that stuff back probably 2010. 2012, gave that stuff back to them people. Gave it back. Because I already know how they do with licenses. That's a slave ID. And I'm not these people's slave, so I don't need their stuff. Figured that out 2010, that I don't want these people's stuff. Ain't nothing wrong with license. Once you know how to live within contracts, ain't no big deal. You make licenses evil or something. Passports evil. Oh my God, the name is in all capital letters. That's not me and all that. Stop it. You know how to live within contracts. You know how to live within contracts. Do you travel using vehicle? If so, how do you make that work? There's more right there. Go ask Lanray Obey, who his license expired when he was locked up, and never got a license ever again. And he's behind the wheel, dropping the food off when I order. There's a more right there. Making it work. Figured it out. Figured out the game. And no Moorish tags and all that stuff. Got the Ontario tags. Got the registration in the glove box and all that. And just be him in the ride going up and down the place delivering food and all that. No issues with these people. Made it work. Ask that more. How he figured it out. I just pay my $3.25, go on the bus. Because I don't have no finance for no conveyance right now. Gas is $500 a pint. You're not getting my finance. I'm going to keep that finance to myself. Not that, people can't have conveyances and stuff like that. But I'm not gonna be in the game. Mechanics raping people and all that stuff. They're not gonna rape me. They're not gonna rape me. And I know mechanics. And they would tell you, yeah, we rape people. You better know your mechanic. If you don't, you're in trouble. That was like the Abdullah Bey. The Abdullah Bey got asked that question. So how do you write to travel, brother Abdullah Bey? Because we got right to travel cards and all that stuff. How do you write to travel? Then Abdullah, said, You go to the door, you put the key in, you open the door, you sit down, close the door, put the key in, turn the ignition, and put it in drive. Mars were mad. Mars were mad. What do you mean that's how you do it? Mars were mad. Very bad. Why? Because once again, the most dangerous one is the one who listens, the one who thinks, and the one who observes. That's the dangerous one. Those are the ones you look out for. Those are the ones. What about all these other goofs out here? Right? Like I said, figured it out. I'm not dealing with these people. Highwaymen pulling over and all that stuff. We had our own tags and all that stuff. There's Moors right now with their own tags. Right? It's not that it's impossible, but you're dealing with colonists. So pick your battles. There's colonists. Colonists got billy club, taser, gun, 500 people that they could call when it's just you. And then everybody's going to be sitting there, looking at the 500 highwaymen there, dealing with just you. And then all these idiots going to pull out their phone, taping to see, oh my gosh, let's see what's happened. And none of them are going to be taping to send this footage to the international chiefs of police to show the chiefs of police what these people are doing with people's taxpayers' dollars. Why is 500 cars for one individual? Aisha said, the apostle of Allah, may peace be upon him, married me when I was 7 years old. He had intercourse with me when I was 9 years old. That's Muhammad. That's Muhammad. The prophet of Islam. Now, you find me somebody who gets married and isn't trying to hit. You get married and you're not trying to hit. You get married to just sit on the couch, sit on the pillows, and just talk to each other. That's what you're getting married. That's what you're getting married for. Find me somebody who's getting married to not have a family. Oh yeah, we don't have a family. We're just gonna sit on the pillows and talk to each other. Oh, she's too young at 6? Okay, it's okay. I'll wait 3 years. I'll wait 3 years and then wait 3 years. You don't think this is odd? It's not odd? Aisha has recorded that she was married to the 51-year-old Muhammad when she was 6, and he penetrated her when she was 9. Oh no, that's not in the Quran, that's the Hadith. It doesn't say that in the Quran. Interesting. During the intervening 3 years, Muhammad is said to have thighed Aisha and bathed with her. Thighed her? The hell is thighing her? What is that? Why is he thighing? Why is he thighing a child for 3 years? Thang? Must be a Muslim thing. Thang. Must be a Muslim thing. Ahmed and Ishak said that if a female orphan reaches 9 years old and was wed with her consent, then the marriage is permissible and she will have no choice when she matures. A female orphan reaches 9 years old and is wed with her consent. Wed with her consent. Wedding. Wed. 9 years old, consent, wedding, and then don't you notice? Don't you notice that isn't it clear that right now they're telling children, right now they're telling children that they don't need parents' consent to change their sex and all that stuff? Oh, and didn't all these people take oaths on the Quran and all that? U.S. and all that stuff. Didn't they take oaths on the Quran? Oh, and then now they're doing the same stuff that the Islamic whoever's with your children? The two relied on a hadith by Aisha stating that the Prophet, peace be upon him, had sexual relations with her when she was 9. Aisha said, if the little girl reaches 9, then she is a woman. If a little girl reaches 9, then she's a woman. The little girl reaches 9, she's a woman? Oh yeah? Yeah, well back then, huh? Interesting. Interesting you wouldn't do that BS now, but back then, it's okay. That was the dance when I found out. When I found out that Muhammad was a pedophile. Noble Drew Ali, who was prepared and sent in due time to return us to the path of our ancient forefathers. So if our ancient forefathers said a girl is a woman at 9 years old, does that mean some of you Moors are about to go marry some 9-year-olds right now? Because Drew Ali said, go back to the ancient mindset. Because according to Moors talking crazy, in ancient times, that's just how stuff was done in ancient times. So are we saying that Noble Drew Ali is saying that we should have 9-year-old wives right now? Because we're going back to the mind state of our ancient foremothers and forefathers? You really think that's what Noble Drew Ali means when he says go back to the mind state of your ancient foremothers and forefathers? Go get some 9-year-old wives? Let me see some of you Moors with 9-year-old wives out here. Let me see you rep for your Islam. Go rep for your Islam. And again, this is why Drew Ali told you, go back to the mind state of your ancient foremothers and forefathers. So you can see the fuckery that your ancient foremothers and forefathers were doing as well. Not just the good stuff that we were doing, but the BS that we were doing, why the place fell to shit. This is why the place fell to shit. So if we're going back to the mind state of our ancient foremothers and forefathers, so that does that mean you Moors with daughters, you're going to be wedding off your 9-year-olds to some 50-year-old? Is that what you Moors who are riding with Muhammad are saying? Because back then, you know, the ancient foremothers and forefathers, at 9 years old, she could marry a 50-year-old. So if we're going back to the mind state of our ancient foremothers and forefathers, all you Moors repping for pedo Muhammad, are you about to marry off your daughters? You better, because you're going back to the mind state of ancient foremothers. You're going to be in violation of Allah and all that stuff, aren't you? Bet your ass won't sell her off. So if you're not going to sell her off today, then why is it okay to sell her off back then? Justifying BS. Oh, and not just the Islamic whoever's, right? The Bible whoever's, but all the women children that have not known a man by lying with him, keep alive for yourselves. Numbers 31. What do you mean women children? What the F are women children? What is that? You mean you Bible whoever's? Right? This is why Noble Drew Ali again said, don't throw away your Bibles, because we're going to use them to condemn these people, because they tell on themselves in their holy books. They tell on themselves in their holy books. That's why he told you go study those books, so you can read for yourself the fuckery that he found out, why he said, let me give these Moors their own religion. Let me give these Moors their own holy book that's not tainted with these pedophile teachings. That's why he drew a line between what he brought and what everybody else had already. So you don't get caught up. Yes, for peace on earth, we honor all true and divine prophets. If he's a pedo, is he true and divine? And then if you do your studies, you already know all them prophets that we can't see and we never met and we don't know who they are, what they look like or whatever like that, is allegory. And these people that they're talking about that had women, children that they were lying with and had 9-year-old wives and all that stuff, we don't know who these people are. Peace be unto nothing. Peace be unto nothing. The United Nations called to decriminalize certain sex offenses. That people under the age of 18 are able to make decisions about consensual sexual behavior. That's the UN. That these Moors are telling you, yeah, we're going to go to them and we're going to be where their office is January 8th in honor of Noble Drew Ali so we could get some stuff done. These pedo prophet-loving Moors.
Yossi Feldman, a senior Chabad rabbi from Sydney, made a stunning admission that sent shockwaves across the Jewish community.
You believe a teacher could lie down with a student and massage them, a child. Lie down in a bed and massage them.
I don't see that as necessarily being sexual.
Did you understand it was against the law for an adult to touch the genitals of another child?
I didn't know that as a fact.
We might leave it at that point.
Staggered. I mean, everyone was just shocked. I mean, did he really say that?
Rabbi Yosef Feldman received widespread backlash. The Australian Jewish News reporting our community's shame, writing over the past few days, Rabbi Yosef Feldman's testimony has shocked and saddened the community. Yossi Feldman, a senior Chabad rabbi from Sydney, made a stunning admission that sent shockwaves across the Jewish community.
You believe a teacher could lie down with a student and massage them.
Right? Lie down with a student, thighing. The more just put it in the chat. The Urban Dictionary, thighing. Remember when Muhammad was thighing Aisha? This is thighing. For people who are not going to be able to read the chat, this is what the Prophet Muhammad was doing with his 6-year-old, 7-year-old, 8-year-old, 9-year-old wife before he could penetrate her at 9. Thighing. To rub one's penis against someone's thighs, possibly until ejaculation. That's thighing. Peace be unto what? Peace be unto that? Please. Get the fuck out my face with your stupid shit. Get the hell out of here. And then the Zionist thighers, their Torah and all that stuff, here they go. The Torah says a Jewish father, this is for all the Hebrew Israelite thighers out there. The Torah says a Jewish father had the right to marry off his daughter from her day of birth. These guys thighing 0-year-olds, thighing 1-year-olds, thighing 2-year-olds, thighing 3-year-olds, thighing 4-year-olds, 5-year-olds, 6-year-olds. This is what they're doing under the name of religions. This is why Drew Ali gave you your own stuff. This is why Drew Ali gave you your own stuff. So you won't have to be dealing with this mess. And remember, we went through all the three. We went through the Christian, the Islam, we went through the Judaism. All of them talking crazy. Thighing children. Sickos. $12 6 months and a day. Only if a daughter became widowed or divorced did a father lose the right to marry her to another man. Hold on a second. Only if a daughter became widowed or divorced, only when a daughter became widowed, lost her husband, or divorced, lost her husband, did a father lose the right to marry her to another man. So any other time it's all right. Sickos. Sick. Sick, sick, sick. Sick. Don't fall for it. Don't fall for it. Don't let them tell you nothing about Quran and learn Arabic and all of that BS. Because it's BS. Don't fall for it. Right? Do not fall for it. January 6, 2024. 11 to 7. 14th Annual Noble Drew Ali Day. Presented by MSTA Education Corporation, Morris Heritage School, Canaanland, Morris Family Service, Morris Science Temple of America. Another year. Another year of giving Noble Drew Ali his honors. The last prophet, the true and divine prophet. Not the pedo stuff that these people are pushing on you. And they're Moors too, pushing it on you. Don't fall for it. There's enough evidence to show you that all Moses and all of them are pedos. All the patriarchal, religious whoever's are a bunch of pedos, thighing children. We're going to be at the United Steelworkers Hall, 25 Cecil Street, out here, Canaanland. But if you're not in Canaanland, don't worry. You already know we do. Already know we take care of you. We're going to have the online presentation. So you can start sending in your donations. CanaanlandGuide@gmail.com, PayPal. 25 notes, book your spot so you could, and if you've been to the online since the COVID stuff, right? Since the COVID stuff, we've been doing the online, the virtual. All right, this year we got Denimel, Rosmaria Bay, and Jose Pimienta Bay. Everybody's going to do their hour and a half. And, yep, we'll be there. Of course, we're fat boys. So we had to call in some real professionals for the job to make sure that we're sustained. Make sure we're sustained. Make sure we're fat that day. So wherever you're at, take up your little collection, get a spot. Once you pay your 25 notes, bring everybody over. Tell them bring their food, have a potluck or whatever like that. Come enjoy the day with the Moors. You don't got to be there in person unless you're in Canaanland. We want all the Canaanland Moors to be present as usual every year. Make sure you're at your Juali Day. That's how you're going to get your blessings for the rest of the year. Got 5 principles catering, serve to nourish, and taste sweet life. Providing the food for that day. It's going to be epic as usual. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Honors to the prophet, the last prophet in these times, Noble Drew Ali. The only prophet left pretty much, because all these other prophets are pedos, it appears like. But we haven't found nothing on Buddha yet, so we're gonna go check his background and see if we find anything on Buddha and Confucius. You already know Yahshua. Yahshua's good. He's in the good books. But that Muhammad guy, he's suspect. He's suspect. Honors to Noble Drew Ali for telling us go study the Quran. Go study the Quran of Mecca. And keep in mind, the 101 questionnaire, Noble Drew Ali told the Moors, what is the modern name for the Garden of Eden? Mecca. That's what Noble Drew Ali said, right? All right, so, and then somebody in the chat said Buddha has a good track record too. He ain't touching no 6-year-olds. No thigh. Buddha wasn't doing any thigh. Yahshua wasn't doing any thigh. Noble Drew Ali wasn't doing any thigh. But look at Muhammad, a thigher. This guy's a thigher. The modern name for the Garden of Eden is Mecca. So Noble Drew Ali made reference to the Quran of Mecca. And he said Chicago's Mecca. The Garden of Eden's Mecca and Chicago's Mecca. Drew Ali said Quran of Mecca. And you're looking over there in the east. Make sure when you go and you study the Quran of Mecca, when you find the hypocrisy in there, when you find the hypocrisy in the Quran of Mecca, when you find the hypocrisy in the Bible and the Torah, always remember, be a listener, be a thinker, and be an observer. It will save your life. Be a listener, be a thinker, be an observer. Don't just jump in head first. It might be only 2 feet. and you're on the 50-foot platform, make sure you check that the water levels are deep enough before you go doing somersaults, triple backflips and all that stuff. Observe. Don't run in there with your big mouth. Sit back, scope the scene, see what's going on first. You know, when the guy says, yeah, let's go on a road trip. You know, make sure you check the gas tank. See if they put gas in there. If there's no gas in there, something might be up. Yep, hammer that truth in. Something might be up. Just make sure you check that the truck's not on E before you jump in. Hammer that truth in. Make sure you check. Make sure. Right, kick the tires. Make sure they're not wobbly. People could be trying to set you up. Be careful. Because some of your own were in turbans and fezzes. Some of your own wearing turbans and fezzes are going to try to make you follow a pedophile prophet who was thighing 6-year-olds. And then justify it too. And then they're going to tell you about, you know, all these different languages and everybody got Qurans. We need to have a Quran too. No, you don't. You got your own. Drew Ali gave it to you. Honors to all the Moors worldwide. Peace and love to all the Moors, all the mothers. Honors to all the Moors in the chat. And supreme honors to the Prophet, Noble Drew Ali. Peace be unto him.